at the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup. Let's make some noise.
Oh, and it's
Wait, he
gonna
jumped
be
into it.
Corner judge is good for 1, 2, yeah, he needs more. And
They're doing even more here. You gotta touch the point. Mr. College walks it in. Toy Blank is gonna drop
Knife him.
right out in front.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, running.
https://twitter.com/septilence. Don't put that in. I'll get in trouble. So that's worth it. Did I get too close to the camera on that one? A little bit too close. Should I back up a little bit? Okay, sorry about that. My bad. I've been awake for probably close to 32 hours. Like, I have to hold my keyboard the normal way, because if I do it, I feel like I have arthritis if I hold my keyboard like that. It blows my mind. I can never do that. This guy right here, he's got his keyboard off at an angle. His isn't that extreme. There's a kid all the way down on the far end who has his keyboard all the way at a horizontal.
That's really cool.
They're gonna be at that table right over there.
Public information?
Oh, I don't know. But this isn't live, so it doesn't matter.
It's not live, but you and I know.
Yeah, we know.
I'm not gonna tweet it.
Awesome. What game do you play?
Smash Bros.
Who do you play? Is it embarrassing? Is it like Villager?
Yeah.
Is it Villager? Am I spot on? Oh my god.
It's embarrassing.
Is it the Ice Climbers?
No.
Is it Game & Watch?
No.
Is it Pichu?
No.
Is it Wario?
No.
I can keep going. I think I can name every character in the game.
I believe in you.
Is it? Did I say the Ice Climbers already?
Yeah, you said them.
Is
No,
it them?
Not them.
Is it them a second time?
No.
Okay. All right. Oh, is it one of the Links?
Yes, it is.
Is it Toon Link?
It is.
Oh, that is pretty embarrassing. That is rough. Who do you play?
I'll give you $20 if you guess correctly right now.
First try?
First try.
Give me a single hint.
It's an obscure character,
Obscure character.
not played very often.
Is it Wii Fit Trainer?
Oh my god! Oh my
I'm the interviewer for a reason, baby. I do what I do. I don't need the money. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. So Bowser Jr., Wii Fit, and I forgot already. Are you all lying to me? Am I being gaslit? No. Bowser Jr., Wii Fit, and you told me already. Oh, Toon Link. Yep. Where's my main support at? Who are we playing this weekend?
A lot of Brig.
A lot of Brig, really?
Brig Lucio, probably.
Brig Lucio, really? I shouldn't say that too loud. I don't want to give away your strategies. It's over under.
What do you mean over under?
Like, do we think we're gonna podium? Do we think we're gonna come in last place?
Not last place.
We're at the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup. Let's make some noise.
Oh, and it's
Wait, he
gonna
jumped
be
into it.
Corner judge is good for 1, 2, yeah, he needs more. And
They're doing even more here. You gotta touch the point. Mr. College walks it in. Toy Blank is gonna drop
Knife him.
right out in front.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, running.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting night of college esports right here on Esports U Live. Of course, I'm your host, dressed to the T for college esports. It's P Hype in the building, Paulie Hype, or just Paulie, or Mr. Hype. Either way, we are here for college esports, and it's Friday, and it's the conclusion of the CECC Lone Star Qualifier. The prize this evening? Very simple. Qualification and a local bid into the grand final Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup at Esports Stadium Arlington, May 6th and 7th, coming up in just a couple weeks as CECC takes over Texas. Tonight on the docket, we have the grand finals of that Lone Star tournament, which is, of course, is taking place in Valorant. And it'll be between two teams remaining that have fought their way through this 8-team Lone Star bracket. The 1 seed, Blinn Esports. What can you say? Not enough about this 2-year college. One of the best in the country. Phenomenal. It is going to be a well-deserved grand finals appearance for Blinn. And in the 2 seed, they'll be taking on TAMU Maroon, which is another well-known Texas college team, which we have seen across the months and the different events in the CECC. Of course, they'll be duking it out tonight, and only one of those two teams will be joining us at CECC Texas. So, without further ado, it's time, baby. One of these two teams is joining us down in CECC Texas, and I can't wait to watch every second of this amazing Valorant match that, of course, will be casted by two of the GOATs in the college game, Septilence and Ash Cass. Let's go, baby! Woo! Before I give it over to Septilence, I'm going to bring it over, and Ash, I'm going to bring in some hype, and they'll take it away. So get this suit off me! I don't even want to see it! Woo! Out of here! It's time for college esports. Will it be Blinn? Will it be TAMU Maroon? Only one will advance. Septilence and Ash, who's it going to be? And please,
Thank you so much, Paulie. And like he said, everybody, what's up? And welcome back to the CECC Lone Star. I am Septilence, and to our keen-eyed viewers, I'm sure you've already noticed it is not Ash here on the desk with me tonight. It's going to be Chad Lantis instead. Chad, we're jumping into the Lone Star Grand Finals, and it truly does not get bigger than this. You have fought all the way to the end, and now there's only one more team standing in your way.
Yeah, I may not be as good looking as Ash is, but luckily I'm hopefully as smart as she is and can still bring in some analysis on the color side of things tonight. But yeah, it should still be an awesome, exciting match. It's still going to be the teams of TAMU versus Blinn, and it's the grand finals right now where one team is going to qualify. They're going to be the representative of Texas. Like, this is to be, we are the Texas reps going into CECC, which is quite an honor as it is, regardless of how you perform at CECC.
Absolutely, and just getting that honor is what these teams are going to be fighting for. And we're going to talk about the maps in a minute, but I do want to talk about why we've ended up with these maps, right? So we've gotten confirmation that TAMU is unfortunately not able to bring their whole roster to the table. There's some tech issues, there's some sick players, and unfortunately it's not going to be the main five. So going into this, Chad, that does kind of put them on a disadvantage. They're bringing in a couple of substitutions, a couple of junior varsity players, and going into these maps in particular, I think that's kind of why we're seeing them, right? These are very safe choices, at least for maps number 1 and 2.
Yeah, and as we see the pick bands going underway, we will be having Haven first, Icebox after that, and a final map decider of Lotus should we get to map 3. Exciting maps, definitely maps, the first one too, like they are very familiar for sure. Lotus is very new for a lot of teams, and honestly I will say, even though subs are coming in, I've seen plenty of times that subs pop off. Like, they have a, this is like their moment to prove, hey, you know, I want to be on the starting roster. I don't want to be just a sub, right? And not only that, but also if there's any like a scouting involved, a lot of teams don't do scouting, but if you do scouting, it's kind of useless now if you're Blinn trying to scout the TAMU. Like, you don't know what they're going to bring. They're playing with so many subs. Like, how do you scout that? You can't. So it does give a little bit of edge to TAMU. If they choose to scout things, offers a lot of chaos also in the moment to where maybe they don't look as uniform as the main roster would, but maybe that chaos actually works in their favor.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to go on a little bit of a tangent here, so carry on with me. There's another game offered at the CECC, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, right? A very popular, very common game. In that game, I play Olimar, a character that is like one of the lesser, if not one of the least played characters in the entire game. And I always talk about this thing that I call the Olimar principle, right? Which is I can beat people that are better than me because they don't play against Olimar. They don't know how to play against him, right? And I think you're kind of bringing up that same point here, is this is not Texas A&M Maroon. This is some random variation of Texas A&M that you can't scout, that you can't be ready for. They have the opportunity to do the funniest and most clever thing we have seen in collegiate in a long time. And that is bring out unconventional agents and play styles, because no matter how much scouting you did, you probably have not seen these players. This is the Olimar principle here in Valorant, Chat, and I'm hoping that can give this Maroon squad the advantage they need, because going up against Blinn, even with your main roster, I mean, that is a big ask. Blinn is a very talented roster.
Yeah, and I will say, with that in mind as well, I think it's really good that Blinn chose Icebox, because Icebox is very minimal on meta diversity, compositions, things like that. So the whole like picking new different agents might not be used to playing against this comp, that kind of stuff. Icebox is a little bit more uniformed as far as like, what you need to play. Have a Sage, maybe a hardware replace that, but then like a Viper, probably a Sova, you know, like a Jet, that kind of stuff. So Blinn picking that makes a lot of sense. the team that's a lot more structured and uniform and worked and diligent on things, they generally come out on top. So a solid starting roster should succeed there. Whereas maps like Haven and Lotus, they're so spread out. It could go one of two ways. One way of your team's not as good at like coordination, so map wide motions and push pulls might not be as coordinated, so you fall behind. Or if the team like Blinn slips a little bit, they might get caught off guard by the freedom of movement through the map of the 3-site maps that maybe that could work in TAMU's favor.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I'm eager to keep an eye out on here is kind of that communication, right? This is a game very reliant on communicating with your team, giving proper call-outs, proper cooldown utilization, and not being able to utilize that in a moment like this, playing with people you're not traditionally familiar with playing with. You know what I mean? It's going to be difficult here, especially when Blinn, I completely forgot that Teague is on Blinn, one of the best collegiate Breach players I've ever seen. So that's another reason I think we're going to be seeing Haven here, is because Teague gets to have a field day on this map.
Yeah, what I like about these teams as well is if you watch the non-collegiate scene, like tier 2, tier 3 kind of stuff, you'll see a lot of these players playing in the past as well. Maybe not some of the TAMU subs, but the TAMU Maroon roster itself, we've seen in like full-on non-collegiate tournaments, competing, finding some successes there, traveling to some lands as well, just because they want to get that experience as a squad. Hopefully the subs now can get experience themselves and maybe try to prove themselves to maybe challenge for the starting roster. We're looking at the Blinn composition as there's hovers on the side of TAMU still. It's a fairly standardized composition for the current meta. The double initiator, you have an info gatherer of Sova, you have the Breach is really good at setting up the jet across the map. Omen's going to be fantastic for anchoring, especially over towards the C sites. The Killjoy can play for themselves, anchor themselves very well. So on the defense side of things, you can hold map, wide map pretty effectively. On offensive side of things, you have a lot of weapons to use to get onto a site.
Yeah, and I do want to talk about as well, I thought there were 3 subs for the side of Texas A&M, but only one of those names was new to me. I know that Theny is playing not on their home setup, so maybe that's kind of what they were considering, one of the subs playing in an uncomfortable circumstance. But I think it was, I didn't catch the name of the player, but there's one that stood out to me as unfamiliar because I recognize Noble, I recognize Dam, I recognize Theny, and then unfortunately, who was it? Yeah, Bing Chilling was there as well. So Nabber is that unusual kind of wild card to me. This might be a traditional 4-man for Texas A&M with only 1 sub, which obviously, Chad, changes the game quite a bit.
Yeah, it definitely would be a lot more exciting because these teams are ranked pretty similar to each other. Like, one, it's the reason why they're both in grand finals because they both have been better than the rest so far. And 2, in general, they actually are really good teams and really close to each other. So this should be a really exciting grand finals.
A very fascinating grand finals indeed. An amazing paranoia out the gate. Bing Chilling able to find a double there in Garage, and that's going to immediately kind of stall things for Blinn, right? The spike goes in way too deep. Nobody's there to catch it, and now I think it's your goal. Find any elims if you're able. There's no point in saving a pistol round, right? You want to try to spread some blood, and shedding some is exactly what Spaz is going to be able to do. Double shock dart in, does find Theny at the end, so a flashy way to go out, but a dominant performance from Texas A&M. Another fun fact that we've gotten confirmation from our producer Colton as well is Nabber used to be a full-time player for the roster, has not been able to play full-time this year. So this is actually somebody they are most likely very familiar with playing with. So Chad, going into this, I thought Texas A&M was really going to be down. The more I learn about them right now, the more I realize this team has an insane chance of going toe-to-toe with Blinn.
Yeah, and already off to a great start. This is their map pick. You'd hope that they go off to a great start, and they definitely did. 1-0 so far. That double bounce, that bounce from the shock dart was very flashy. I like the setup that they had for the challenge in Garage, though, from Texas A&M. Fantastic paranoia. Challenge him on the Nano Swarm and getting the swing on from there. Noble also immediately finding success with Marshall in hand, and anti-eco, those Marshals hit hard.
Yeah, and Noble, I mean, really good with a Marshall, right? That's a great example, once again, takes Teague out of the equation, and once you remove that breach, it's difficult for the attacking team to get the opportunity to go in and look for a plant. Post-plant's been taken offline as well. Breach really does seem to be the linchpin of this kind of team composition that Blinn has brought to the table. Spaz has the intel, misses that primary shot, but is going to be able to find the secondary 4v3 in favor of TAMU, and with spike possession in Blinn's hand, I think even looking for those 400 extra credits is the name of the game right now. Very nice.
Wow, I'm really surprised Texas A&M did not converge on the spike more aggressively, considering they had a 5v3 anti-eco strength. Instead, they're leaving it up to a lot of 1v1 opportunities for Blinn to even try to get it back into this. The Sheriff got 2 kills so far this round, but we're now in a 3v1. That's even worse ratio of strength for Blinn. And it's going to be so much harder for Naru to finish off this round, walking straight towards the Lion's Den of Texas A&M and B site.
Nara has that Sheriff, though. Definitely wants to be the new Sheriff in town. And like you said, a 3v1, 12 seconds left. You're lucky to find an elim here. You had a 50-50, and unfortunately you lost it. Bing Chilling finds a 3-piece, and TAMU wins the expected round, right? It's this upcoming round, Chad, that I want to keep a close eye on. I also want to talk about the fact that Blinn has 4 elims. All 4 of them from the same person.
Which does mean they're one off of Hunter's Fury, and I'm really interested in seeing if they're going to try to aggressively fight for an orb here, try to keep Nabber off of it. They're not playing for the C Long Orb. I personally would call, hey guys, let's fight for C Long Orb, get that Hunter's Fury, and try to use that to lead ourselves in, or use it for post plant.
Smoke it too. Could have been freebie.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost free on C Long Orb for the attacking team. This one's a little bit harder to fight for, and you usually kind of do the gentleman's agreement to trade it out, but instead instantly use that fault line. They're trying to fight it off and not let Texas A&M take it away from them.
TAMU moving up towards the orb here, has a phenomenal read onto Noble, who he's tucked into that corner. The flash doesn't come out fast enough. Teague puts down Thenie as well, and Blinn playing this round exactly as we expect them to. They have the rifles advantage, they had the space, and they got the opening elimination. They found first blood. Makes it unbelievably easy for this team to continue moving forward. Nara will be able to find Nab or Dam gone as well, and Blinn looking at what could possibly be a flawless round. Big Chilling dropped, I think it was 4 4Ks back on Wednesday. I wasn't able to watch yesterday, so I'm sure they found a couple more. And I mean, this would be the ace of a lifetime, Chad, but I do think this is that type of round. You just call it that GG, go next.
Yeah, you don't even want to save the Spectre either. So at this point, it's more Bing Chilling waiting to try to catch somebody on exit if they're trying to get over eager, or potentially just die to the spike as well. Though a lot of people don't try to go for that plan. We want to try to get a kill at least. Maybe save a rifle in that situation, but Nara's going to shut them down anyway. Hunter's Fury is online for Spaz as well going into this full rifle round.
And I think this
or
is the
mostly
first
rifle round.
We've got on the table. Yeah, okay, I guess pseudo rifle round is going to be happening here.
Round.
But Blinn is in that circumstance where it's like we lost them, lose the opening round, and then of course our instincts kind of say, "Uh-oh, Blinn in a tough spot." But losing that second round is almost a guarantee in the world of Valorant, right? You've just got to get it out of the way. It's the third round that matters. They win it flawlessly, carrying all 5 rifles over, and that really increases their chances of being able to win this one as well. Then they set us up at a 2-2, which is basically a 0-0, but we don't have to get into the mathematics on that. Blinn really needs this one, though. The goal of TAMU in that last round was to make it expensive. They didn't even cost a single credit on the side of Blinn College.
Yeah, Nabber left all alone. Welcome back, buddy, is going to be the message Blinn wants to give him. But got some reinforcements now. A little bit of a tell that Blinn is trying to look it towards a site. A very quick rotation. You see the anchoring his strength of Killjoy and Omen.
Noble's lost right now. Thank goodness Nabber's able to take that double kill, make it a 3-piece now. That was really a rough moment there. Noble just did not know where to look, got taken down for it, and now as Nabber has fallen, the power player from TAMU removed. A double kill all of a sudden flips us in favor of Blinn, and it's up to this Omen to save the day. 2v1, they're going to get the spike plant, and completely oblivious as to where Dam might be in this moment.
The player just has a stinger, too. That's such a tough situation. Smoking 7 seconds.
Oh! Whoa! Oh, damn! Oh, TAMU with the... Oh, my goodness. Phenomenal. Well done. No words. Amazing. I mean, with a stinger, incredible.
Like, the guy just have not known he had only a stinger, right? Like, had to just assumed there's a rifle. If you look at the scoreboard beforehand and tracked it, maybe you can get an idea that, okay, they're on a bad buy, but... If so, you would not push forward. So it makes me think that Blinn thought that was going to be a rifle in the hands of Dam. Stingers are great, by the way.
I do want to shout out really quick. TAMU, they have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's very fun. Literally no analytical, no play-by-play, no nothing. I just think that's very neat.
I love that too. Nice little countdown. And up by 2 rounds now. They have a lockdown, but Spaz's Hunter's Fury can always shut that out. And going for the A site look again. Meanwhile, Texas A&M, they really are just reading that we don't have to look at C site at all. Just understand Blinn loves A site.
Yeah, it is an A site bonanza right now. Noble makes it out 45 HP, completely has to tuck tail. And I feel like we're seeing a lot of predictability start to show up on the side of Blinn. We've seen the same fault line, I think, 5 rounds in a row at this point. I don't think we've seen any variety with it. And that's kind of the double-edged sword of playing Breach, is using the same ability, same utility over and over. Spaz walks into a firing squad. Damn finds Athene with a 2K. Opens up the door for TAMU to put their 4th round win on the board. Oh, Nara.
Wow. All down at town. And the town to fight against at this point. 1v3 or 1v5. What is math even? I'm not in college anymore. I literally was saying the number as I looked at the number on the scoreboard, which says 3, and just threw me off. Anyway, great read by Texas A&M, realizing, okay, we stop them A site. Surely they're going to rotate. Let's just go B. And they sent 3 people B instantly. So beautiful challenge by Texas A&M that Blinn was not ready for. No. Just like Town was not ready for Nabber being ready for him. So good final. Man. Into that. Honestly, dude, TAMU is looking great right now.
I have to agree. TAMU is really showing up. So at the beginning of this, we go in. I thought they were having 3 substitutes. They're having 1 sub who used to be a main roster player and someone else just playing on a PC that isn't their own, but clearly it hasn't made a large enough impact. I mean, TAMU is looking really clean, closer or better than I think they did on Wednesday, dare I say, because, I mean, on Wednesday they were winning maps 14-12 or 13-11, but right now this squadron 4-1 lead here on Haven, which is technically an offensive-sided map according to the numbers, but they are definitely trying to rewrite that statistic right now.
Fault line, same fault line again that you called out. They do it for the 6th round. This time sending Nara alone to site to try to pull all of Texas A&M, who over-rotates to A site. But Blinn, they're overthinking it, man. You just trust your initial instincts. This play was great, and now they're going right back on it.
They tried to fake the faking fake, and it just did not work well for them. Like you said, they did not trust their instincts at all. Nara goes down for it, and TAMU has the numbers again.
They're getting ahead of them. They're rotating as Blinn rotates. Do they know about Mira?
Oh, do they know about Mira? That's a great question, Chad. Mira's
way ahead of the curve.
A lot of free space. There it goes. Noble falls early. Didn't even take a bullet there as Mira. Nano Swarm on the table, clearing out that extra space. Setting up the C site. This is going to be huge. At least 400 more credits, but by golly, it's bounty time. Lockdown does not come out. Instead, they're going to pocket it once again. Paranoia at the catch into the box there with a great shot on Athene. Mira tied things up for just a moment before Bing Chilling was able to make it a 3-3 draw.
Oh my God, it's another rotate. Septilence, they're waiting. Teague.
Chad, they just don't know, bro. They just don't know.
He got out with the gun. He has
no way. No way.
Rolling thunders it.
Oh, Teague, that's the most alpha thing I've ever seen in my life. When you're down this much, you truly just gotta send it. You just gotta send it.
And he heard the steps of Dam. I don't know if it was Teague knowing it or somebody dead spectating, calling it out for him, but just the awareness of the steps as well. They know exactly that Dam was trying to rotate on him. And now this is a nearly unwinnable situation. Spaz is Hunter's Fury as well. This round was starting off so well, but not being at the top of things for Mira. And then Teague was left planted on A side as well. There was like 5 rotations this round. And in the end, it looks beautiful for Blinn.
You gotta respect the hustle from Blinn here. I mean, they rotate the rotating rotation, and then they solo ult somebody in the middle of a Valorant match. Not something you see very often, but it works. When you're down this much, you've got to throw things at the wall. You've got to pray they work, and it happened for Blinn. This game is so heavily momentum-based, Chad, that even using the ult to win that round could possibly make it worthwhile. It's this next round that is critical. You've got to make that ultimate worth it, where it was all for naught.
Yeah, and also, like, it's a 3v2, 3v1 so much more reliable to win the round. You're not guaranteed to win a 3v2, especially since your entire team's pretty spread out. And also, it's 2 points towards that next ult that you would not have had if you held that ult. So many players hold on to ults way too long. Just go and secure the round. Like you said, you're already behind 1-4. We need to get some rounds on the board. I think that's a really good call.
A great call. Let's see if they can keep that lead of good calls happening here. Oh, Mira finding Bing Chilling is a huge opportunity to strike as you took that KJ offline. That removes the lockdown as well, so a lot of post-plant gone from the side of TAMU. Pushing in is going to be a lot harder if Blinn can get there. I think that's the largest problem we've seen from Blinn so far is the inability to get into a site. Once they get it, it seems to be all right. They can win those 2 rounds, but otherwise, this team continues to struggle. Will that story be different here in round 7? Teague already going for a plant. This is huge, Chad. The fastest they've planted by far.
Definitely getting a lot more confidence in their attacks. That last round was honestly so huge for the mental. Now, Feeney trying to push off Mira, gets them pinched in Garage, Makes it a 3v4. There's 2 Hunter's Fury on the board, though. It's going to be a really tough post plant for Texas A&M to retake on. And I like the call to go ahead and just save. I think that the odds of them winning this out, especially the timer going so low, are so low that might as well run for the hills, fight for another day.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is something I'm so like broken record about too, is I want to see more saving in collegiate. I feel like we don't see it super often. People always go for that hero play, for the highlight reel, and it's like a save can make or break the next round for you. TAMU's awareness to understand they're not going to have a strong enough economy in the next round if they lose all 5 rifles is critical in drastically increasing their chances of winning this one. Now, unfortunately, I think we're still looking at least, you know, maybe a Stinger and probably Noble's Blade Storm here in lieu of a gun, but those 3 rifles I'm really keeping an eye on here. If they lose this round, it's a draw. It is up to these 3 rifles to make the difference.
I also love this like game of chicken, a little bit of a standoff more so between both teams have Killjoy and Sova ults. They kind of counter each other.
Well, there you go.
Who uses it first? And it's going to be Texas A&M pulling that trigger, which means a lockdown is going to be available for Blend that cannot really be countered.
Yeah, an available lockdown for Blend, and certainly an ultimate they're going to be
they're on
happy to
site
use.
already.
This is the Blend
it.
I wanted to see. I mean, it is this pace, it is this speed that has always been so respectable from Blend. Nara finding a spray and pray onto Dam opens up the site once again, and I want to keep a very close eye onto these site members, especially Teague. It is up to this breach post plant to try and make some space, but right now it's Nara who's really shedding that blood. Lockdown does go down, and Spaz catches a bullet into Noble. Teague puts down Feeny and Blend. I mean, they've all but got this perfectly in the bag. Even the lockdown isn't going to be enough. Phenomenal round from them. We're tied up 4-4.
I'm so sorry, Texas A&M, for cast cursing you. I said you look great right now when you're up 4-1. And now we see you tied up 4-4. And also maybe a little panicky, perhaps?
Yeah, I agree.
Popping the Hunter's Fury at the start of the round with not good enough utility to really capitalize on it. Not enough info, really. And then also just YOLOing this lockdown in that post-plant situation when the other team has a Hunter's Fury and you're like a 5v2, I think it was, when they dropped the lockdown. Like, a little tough. And also getting out-routed by Blend on the macro is... I know this is not a full buy round for Texas A&M, but the gamble to push on mid does not work out for them.
When you gamble, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And unfortunately, Texas A&M, they go all in when it should have been a round 1 fold. Noble and Feeny get a trade out there, but it's Spaz's double kill that opens up space once again through Garage. I mean, you've got to respect the changes we've seen from Blend here, right? They tried A a couple of times, it stopped working, and they said, okay, you know what? Forget the A site. Let's try something else. And not only have they swapped sites, they've completely swapped the pace of play. They've gone from slow and patient to aggressive and rush down, and it's worked now 4 times in a row, Chad. I mean, impressively so as well. Not even once has it been one person left standing. Most of Blend has been alive every round for the last 4 rounds.
Momentum fully of the sales. I want to see what Noble can do with this operator, but might have to wait for another round because choosing the wrong side of the map, unless Texas A&M, these 3 members can actually hold them off in the C-Long. Blend definitely selling that they are going to go into hard crash sites left and right because it's been working for them. If they get stopped by a Breach, Omen, and Killjoy utility, then maybe they rotate off into the op, but nope. That's a Rolling Thunder. They're sending it anyway.
Bouncy time, and here comes a flash on the site as well. Mira catches out Dam, and that poor Omen has not even been able to play the game in quite a while. Already 2 members going to be falling. The smoke goes down, and Bing Chilling caught out in the open. Going to be up to Nabber and Noble here. Try and make space with an operator in hand, Chad. This is another situation. You know, I talked about this, right? Like I said, I want to see saving more in collegiate. Yeah. Noble either goes for the save or goes for the play of a lifetime.
You're at light armor, 2v4 now.
Last cannon, baby.
Yeah.
Or actually, they call this one the plastic cannon.
Yeah, it's like a plexiglass. It's like, a little durable, but still shootable. This lurk coming in as well from Spaz will probably make the save futile. Save attempt at least. And Blend realizing our economy is great, theirs isn't. They have an operator clearly to stop them from having that. Oh!
Oh my God! No way! No way. I mean, you win, but at what cost? Noble! No! Oh my God, that was almost devastating, but you carry the op, you crush the economy out of Blend, and okay, maybe not crush, it's actually still quite good, but you make it worse, and that's what matters. Down by 2 rounds. TAMU has to win these next 2 rounds, Chad, or they're going to have a guaranteed deficit going into the second half.
Yeah, only 2 rounds to go in this half. Blend can fully buy both rounds. at this point. It was definitely a lot more that Noble saves the operator.
Right.
You have to go with a cold read by Noble and figure out, do I go A? Blinn has just stopped going A ever since they got the streak. They just keep running it down C, and it's working for them. And they're posed to do it again, man. They just the arrogance and confidence, dude.
Oh, nobody checks Damn that time. They're finally able to get an elimination, and now it's going to be a 5v4 in favor of TAMU. Forces an immediate rotation to A. Guess who's on A site? Somebody who accidentally has the biggest brain in the world. Can Noble get this opening shot? I set you up and you fall apart. The lockdown from Blinn makes this a lot harder of a site to hold.
You can live here in the corner. So lockdown's not in the best of positions. Smoking things off. Big moment from Noble. The rest of the team is being smoked off.
Oh, there it is. Noble finds Mira. There goes Town. Spaz has an opening, but already down to 30 HP. Teague is most likely to be the last member left standing, and they're slowly rotating their way up through A. They can have a pretty big flank here, but it looks like Nabber has gotten the information they need to take Teague out of the league. It's going to be a 6v5 going into the last round of the opening half of Haven.
Noble getting that kill definitely was that signal flare of let's go. I mean, Feeney dying for the cause almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here I go, boys. I'm running out the window. Trade me. And they did it. They traded out Feeney very successfully. Texas A&M can make this a tight half. I like the buying the rifle for a rotate option for Noble.
Yeah.
You have the money for it. Last round, might as well do it. Setting for a B site. Actually might be able to find Mira here.
This could be big. Like you said, maybe Mira through window or even into grass if Noble pushes up far enough. But instead, it's a Bladestorm pull. Timing diff through B site and rotates into the A. Looks like it's going to be a reasonable prediction. Fault line goes out. Owl Drone goes up and over. And I don't think Nab was caught in that moment. Should have a bit of a hiding spot. 1-1 trade. Feeney in the back line puts down 2 more. And Blinn, I think, most likely have to kiss this round goodbye. It's up to Mira to drop, I think, basically an ace of 4K at least.
Oh
With
my.
a solo Rolling Thunder, there's so few places to hide. Phenomenally well played from TAMU. 6-6 going into the second half of Haven.
I love the adaptation that TAMU actually did there, where they were trying to use full utility a lot. They weren't quite able to stop Blinn. They kind of baited Nara into sight by just being like, okay, we're going to not use a whole lot of utility, make it seem like we're actually stacking A site or something this round. Nara went in, and there wasn't a ton of utility from Blinn, and Nara got caught by just a waiting dam, which forced that rotation into the waiting arms of Noble. And then after that, they're like, okay, well, they got ahead of the curve, basically. Like, okay, now we're going to set up towards A site and be ready for this. Feeney with a huge double kill as well, completely shutting that attack from Blinn. And man, this is an excitingly close game right now, Septilence.
Yeah, and from what we've seen, Chad, we see that, you know, Blinn, and once they kind of open up, they really struggle to stop. They can win round after round, so I think this pistol round in particular carries a lot of momentum and a lot of weight with it. If TAMU can win this, they can start to snowball a bit themselves and find a good opportunity, maybe like that. Sheesh. Wow, incredible from Nara. They take 2 members down from TAMU. Can't find the 3-piece, but still a 2-for-1 trade, something you can be confidently proud of. Can Blinn carry off of the space that has been made, though, that duration?
Not stoked about overheating there by Nara, but definitely very cool to see the 2 headshots like there. Very, very clean. Very clean. Ming Chilling going to get crossfired. Nice angle being held. And now Texas A&M being kind of routed, stuck. Maybe not going to be able to repeat the pistol round win here as Town just double swings through, and that's going to be the same thing that happens to Feeney. So the pressure is good. Numbers are in favor of Blinn, and they're going to get a round lead for themselves. The first time in a few.
Yeah, well done for Blinn here. They've not been able to find that lead in quite. Actually, I'm not sure they had the lead at all. I don't believe they. Oh, no, they did. They did 6 to 4, and then 6 to 6. So yeah, first lead in a couple of rounds here, and finding that pistol round is critical. This next one is, like I mentioned earlier, kind of a statistical freebie if you use your cards correctly, but it's the following that's really going to matter. So right now the script has been flipped pretty aggressively on its head. If it tells true this time in favor of Blinn, we'll be looking at either a 10 or 11 to 6 or 7 before TAMU can really get the chance to strike back. And once your opponent hits 10, that's where you start to panic a bit. Nara overheating once again, not able to find that secondary, barely runs out of bullets. Less than a bullet from death here is Noble. It's a 1-1 trade, though. Still not the end of the world. You were good for yours.
Yeah, I mean, obviously very impressive. Nara can go into sewers and click heads. Definitely want to see them being a little bit more in self-control.
Yeah.
Had outs both rounds to be able to get out. Just chose not to. This one not so egregious of an overheat. Now Noble is now at 10 HP, but that goes cannon one click. A bunch of members of Blinn. It's going to be a push towards Seaside again. Not a lot of utility from the Killjoy. This push out from Spaz could be massive. Had to reveal the location due to that turret. Left all alone on island here.
Ooh, phenomenally done from Spaz. Removes Noble, separates the tie up there. The shock dart gets damage onto both Bing Chilling and that Omen as well. I believe that's Damn. 3v3, a lot more damage suffered on the side of TAMU. If Town picks this up in sewers, this could be devastating. Goes for the turnaround. Oh, empties the gun nearly into a crossfire, but Bing still peeks out. No, Damn can't find the headshot, and poor Nab just cannot do enough. Blinn winning their secondary round. Almost an expensive one, but TAMU only able to find 2. I would have liked to see 3. Either way, they get to rifle up here, Chad, and this is kind of the moment where I think we're going to see how far momentum for Blinn can really take them, especially as Nara preps that plastic cannon.
Yeah, going with that strategy we've been seeing a lot more lately of people on the team that wins pistol, they'll buy like half the team will buy up with like a rifle, a bulldog or something like that. The other half of the team just going with pistol still, and they'll just like pick up guns and just work with each other kind of situation, and they can reinvest into that bonus round a little bit more easily on the economy. See what Nara can do with this operator though, because that is a massive investment for a bonus round.
Yeah, I mean, the most expensive gun in the game is going to be that operator, and Nara already making it worth its weight in gold. Doesn't even take a bullet on their way out of there. Noble has fallen. Taking down that entry duelist makes it so difficult for TAMU to get onto A-Site in particular. That duelist's job is to really want to get in there, create some noise, and usually find an elimination. Unfortunately, Noble is the eliminated, and Blinn has the numbers advantage again. Chad, I can't think of a round they've lost when they had the numbers advantage, except for the damn Stinger 2K back in round 2.
That's actually a good point. I can't think of one off the top of my head right now either. And one off from the Bladestorm is Nara as well, so this is definitely a pop-off opportunity round. Spaz getting pressured off. You'll probably see a slight fall off on the site and maybe full fall off if there's a lot more pressure given, but just an Owl drone. Blinn's going to feel confident about holding the ground right now, but look at this flank in the spawn of the attackers. Town's going to be good for here. Gets out.
Town finding Bing. Blinn already has the 5-3 advantage, and with the paranoia coming through, it's going to make TAMU really consider their options. Do they go toward the C? Do they jump into the garden where Town is simply waiting for them? He finds it a great corner read. Damn takes down Teague, and all of a sudden it's a 3v3. The weapons advantage for TAMU you think would carry them to greatness, but so far they've really been struggling. Both nades go off. The spike isn't ready. Oh, Chad, they wait a long time to plant it. They're able to make it, but oh no, they're both just fully red. Oh, what a disaster. An amazing recon bolt just ruins TAMU's chances of success there.
Honestly, Town had a beautiful double paranoia there, it looked like, at least, but chose to run out. Might have been even more dominant of a round. Still, though, Athene stepping over those Air Storms feels bad. Definitely an out moment. The shock dart closing the deal there. Stacking up on top of the spike. Didn't really need to, but didn't really know where Blinn was located either. Losing that anti-bonus, that stings, man. That hurts. And this being on your map pick, your economy's in shambles now, going towards the end of regulation rounds. It's going to be hard to come back on this. Blinn might set up a pressure play in mid, but with an operator in the hands of Nara, I don't think it's really going to happen.
That's what I was talking about too, right? It's, we're going to have to see how round 3 of the second half ends, because that goes to show how far Blinn can take momentum. It is fully on their side. They won 3 rounds in a row, including one they're not supposed to win, and they've got the momentum, they've got the economy, and they've ripped the economy away from TAMU. You mentioned we're only 4 rounds away of regulation coming to a close, and unless TAMU can give us a miracle run here, I think Haven could end very one-sidedly. This is what I was afraid of. It's great you've made it to a grand finals, but your grand finalist opponent is one of the best teams in collegiate Valorant right now.
For sure. And we saw Blinn make a big comeback from being down 1-4 in the round.
Yeah.
It's down 0-3 right now. It's 6 a.m. Not out of it yet, especially with Stingers in the hands. Clearly the bread and butter. Because they do work with that gun.
Some of the most interesting teams I've seen are the ones that can succeed best on a thrifty. I don't know what it is, but some teams really show up well in moments like that. Nara overextending here a bit with the op. I don't love this, chat. I'm not going to lie, but I guess confidence is key at the end of the day. Since the cloud burst out. Wow! Incredible shot onto Dam there. Hardly any reaction time, and that's really the opener. Nab takes down another. The spray comes out from the Stingers. Bing can't get the bullets out fast enough, and his Nab is shocked around that corner. Blinn hitting double digits here. 6-10 in favor of Blinn College. 3 away from winning TAMU's map pick.
Getting close to Rolling Thunder for Teague, only 3 away from there. Definitely is a little bit of a dicey retake for sure. Nara getting that kill on the Dam was massive. Mir with a great timing to kind of pinch from long. Also a fantastic moment. Kind of sending it on site in the 3v2 was a little bit scary to end it all off, but they do come out on top with the trades. And the Blade Storm pressure from up high, making a high-low kind of situation. Definitely hard for Texas A&M to win the fights from there on out. Double Hunter's Fury yet again available. We didn't see much from Nabber in the first half with his, but we'll see if this half can be a little bit different when they on attack can dictate a little bit better with using this Hunter's Fury for pressure or for post plant.
Ooh.
Wow, almost a clap.
Almost. Nab goes down to Nara once again, and this operator on the side of the defense has been nothing short of devastating. Nara living in the sewers like a little rat, getting those picks every single round. 4-3 now in favor of Blinn College, and with 2 ultimates standing on one side, a rolling thunder for TAMU, and a numbers disadvantage all over again, Chad. Can they finally break that curse of losing every round that the first blood is on their side?
I love this discipline from Teague. So many people are just like, I can win this. I got this. I'll give it a go.
Clip incoming.
That's exactly what Nara just did and has done almost every round so far. And just now got punished yet again. We'll see if Blinn can recover that operator. They have had fairly bloody rounds.
Yeah.
So the economy isn't going to be so flourishing as it was towards the end of the last half. They definitely will want to recover that. And honestly, with Texas A&M executing towards A site, that would be recoverable towards the end of the round. Rolling Thunder is available, but Blinn, Spaz, can Hunter's Fury deny the spike plant? The time getting low, that might be a problem.
Hunter's Fury comes down. They're going to try to go for it. Unfortunately, Thenie sticks it. The spike plant now down. The elimination onto Noble makes it even harder for TAMU to turn this around. A committed Rolling Thunder, Chad. I kind of hate that. I'm not going to lie. You're already down 2-4. The Rolling Thunder gives you no information, no eliminations, and maybe buys you a couple of seconds, but I don't think those seconds are going to be worth it. And they weren't.
Yeah, I'm not stoked about it either. Not a fan of the Rolling Thunder there. I mean, that is pretty much the only way you win the round is expending the Rolling Thunder in a 2v4. Clearly, Blinn's really good at swarming and watching for each other's angles when going on the site for the retake. But maybe like have Dam try to spot for you and Rolling Thunder once you have confirmation that Blinn is committed to the site, so then you can try punishing them all there. If you're Rolling Thunder early like that, they just chill, just like they
literally
did.
Yep.
So jump the gun a little bit there.
I can see the concept. I just think the execution wasn't particularly valid.
Not against using it, but yeah, the way they used it.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Not ideal, but on the bright side, it's map 1, and we're not in a BO1, so at the end of the day, it is not going to be a complete and total loss quite yet. Also, I've seen teams come back from worse, so I don't want to write TAMU down quite yet, but with the way Blinn is playing, this is certainly going to be difficult. I'm not going to pretend it's going to be an easy one.
The same fashion that Blinn made come back in their attacking half, running it down C site is what Texas A&M is doing.
Yeah.
To get site access, and only one person affected by the Rolling Thunder. They have Hunter's Fury as well for a C-long setup.
They have it, and I just don't think they're really going to be able to use it here. We see the Nano Swarms come out. There's a dark cover. Going for the defuse right away is Town. Hunter's Fury comes out. It will pick up Town early. Mira, just swing the corner a little faster, friend, and they're going to be able to do so. Dam takes out Mira. 125 HP. Not sure where Dam was. There might have been the perfect shadow step. Might have been a really strong timing diff,
the worst timing.
But Blinn does have their penultimate round under their belt. It's only going to take one more before they can call Haven and put themselves up 1-0 in a 1-2 series.
Yeah, that does feel like raps from the outside. Obviously, if you're a Texas A&M player, you'd be like, all good, guys. We got this one. We have a lockdown. We can get A-side coverage. But that's exactly why Blinn is stacking A.
Yep.
Because they're like, okay, they're not finding success on attack. They're gonna try use an ultimate to try to buffer up. And the best site to take with an ultimate is either gonna be A sites, using that lockdown from sewers like we saw Blinn do, or dropping it in garage, which is why we see so much Killjoy setup and preparedness in garage.
Zeke finding first blood, and like you said, garage, not a place anybody wants to be so far, but Mira even backs out, trying to go for a bit of a C-site slow burn. They get the intel they need. Clearly, TAMU is coming, and he wants to stay out of the way. Oh, Venn diagram, let's go! I'm such a big fan of the Venn diagram here, and I'm curious how many people are going to get locked down by it. Mira looking for a blood, taken out by Bing, and Nara gets the trade straight away. There goes one lockdown. Oh! They're both silent. Bing can't get out of the way, and 11 HP isn't enough to stay alive today. 3v basically 1 here as we see that breach. I mean, what, maybe 10 HP if they're lucky? Dam has the long shot. Spaz takes him out, and
Yikes.
This has got to be it, Chad. 19 HP in a dream. Theany just can't find it. The dream turns to a nightmare, and Haven ends 1-0 in favor of Blinn College.
Yeah, the team not on the same page at the very end. One person goes to shut down a lockdown. The rest of them kind of run for the hills. They kind of just fall apart in the post plant. I don't know. I could be way over there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know why I keep ending up. I must be sliding like absent-mindedly. I have no idea what's going on.
Come closer. Yeah, you're just like, whoa, what a match.
Every time the cameras come back on, I'm just further away. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm not consciously moving.
Anyway, so what a great showing by Blinn. Had to have a little bit of warm-up, maybe get it onto their up to speed on those first 2 rounds. Once they did the like 6 rotations in 1 round scenario, which was very shenanigan-y, but it worked out really well for them. Great call by Teague to use Rolling Thunder that moment kind of situation. From there on out, the momentum was so fully in their sails. They were like breaths of air from Texas A&M University, but it definitely was fully in Blinn's side. And honestly, I feel like TAMU felt that pressure.
Definitely.
A lot of times they use ultimates and very poor timings and opportunities, and that's your ultimate ability. You want to use that on proper timings. And I can think of more times where Texas A&M University used bad timing ultimates versus good time ultimates. And I think that was a really, that's like how you get back the momentum, is those key moments, and they just fell flat in those moments.
Yeah, I feel like every ultimate I can think of came in like a 2v5 or 2v4 situation, or like right at the start of a round when you had no intel on anything. And it's like the ultimate utilization is something I hope they use this break to talk about, because we are going to have a little bit of a break here before we go into Icebox. Icebox is a very interesting map, a little bit more solved than Haven, and we'll talk about that a bit more on the other side of this break. We'll see you right back here with CECC Lone Star in just a bit.
Oh my god, I saw you earlier, I saw the back of your shirt. And I was like, I know that name, I know him. It's a quick play game. They Q-sniped each other at land. I thought it was a scrim. It's just unlucky. Are you actually a Villager player? Yeah. How do you feel about Villager being notably worse in Smash Ultimate than they were in Smash 4?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know? You never play Smash 4?
No.
Oh, that's all right. Nobody's gonna hold that against you. Who do you play?
I play Robin.
Okay, wow. Did you know Robin has the lowest pick rate in the game?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Come on, the LEDs, it looks just like Samus.
Huh?
Do you disagree?
I guess I can see
The
it.
Samus vibe. Show the controller to the camera. We're interviewing. This is recording, by the way. Surprise.
Not my controller.
Who do you play?
I play Peach.
Oh, wow, I like that. Who do you play?
I play the Shotos, mostly Kazi.
No, you lose against Kirby. That's just like a statistics thing.
Yeah. It's maybe.
This is a death match, and I think they're all in the same one. They're all on Icebox. Are they all in the same death match? Maybe. Who knows? I feel like none of them can hear me. I want to like approach somebody, but no one can hear. They all have both their headphones on.
What's up?
How do we think we're doing?
I think we're doing pretty good. Yeah.
What's your kitty?
We're looking at 10 and 6 right now.
Oh, hey, that's third, dude. That's better than I expected. Who's bottom frag right now? I want to go talk to them. Ian? Hey, how do you think we're doing so far?
You know, it could be better.
Could be better? You're one of those rough days?
Well, you know.
Let's go find more people to harass. Yeah. Where's Boise State? Who's your favorite to play?
Oh, right now it's got to be either Chamber or Breach.
What country is Cypher from?
Oh, dude, it's Moroccan, right?
It is Morocco. Oh my God, I don't think anyone is gonna get that. Oh, you're good. You're good. All right, see you later. Let's go harass Boise State more. Who is this? What school is this? Boise?
This is Boise.
Oh man, that's okay. Boise's still got really good odds. A Large Bagel, one of their tank players, Nerdy Bird, they're off tank. Both of them not here. A little bit scary, if we're being honest. Getting warmed up, getting ready to cast some players. No, not cast, interview. Change your mindset, change your mindset.
Words.
No, but last words until we come back.
Oh, okay.
Because we're leaving.
Enjoy.
Oh, that was good, that was good. Anything from you?
How are you doing, Polly?
Awesome, thank you so much for your time.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the ECAC Top Plays of the Week. I am Septilance, and I'm super excited to walk through these with you so you can see all of the great moments we are getting out of collegiate esports. One of my favorite things about these seasons is as they go on, as the years continue to pass, the skill ceiling just gets higher and higher, and the teams get better and better. Starting things off in Week 1 and 2, these teams came out the gate swinging. Let's take a look at what they were ready to bring out in these early weeks. Valorant is a game all about risk versus reward, and Sin from NYIT wanted to show us just how much he was willing to risk to get that great reward of a round win.
Sort of forced to pop off, maybe get a little bit more sniper play, but these direct, tight angles make it tough. You have Axeris that actually gets a wallbang headshot onto Prime. Oh, that timing on the paranoia works so well.
Yo, give it up for the util, bro. Sin's gonna pick up 3 into the site. It's a lurk on its way from the chamber, but unless you're going to spam through this box, you're not getting anything done, and Panda won't even let him get that far.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a game that can be decided in milliseconds, and Waka, one of the best players from SUNY Canton A Squad, wanted to show us just what they can do with only a second and a single stock on the board.
Cena, sledge option going to be charging forward smash, going a little early. They're not quite getting what you want. Drop shield after first hit of pin, getting hit by the kick. High percent. There is the stun into Claw. That clock has been charged for a lot longer. Oh my goodness, that's a forwarder into stage with the stage spike and then upping immediately after. What a sick.
1 point in Rocket League can never make a team feel comfortable, but Driftsy wanted to show us that not only was he going to pick the pace up, but he wasn't going to let his team down.
Defensive test with flying colors, though they couldn't get out, and that is the important part at the moment. Clears a must for UA, and it's just not in the cards at the moment.
Dripsy connects off the backboard. What a shot. I watched it unfold slowly. You stopped speaking at just the right moment.
Valorant is often called a team-based shooter, but sometimes it can't just be about the team. Sometimes you gotta have those hero plays. Spec wanted to spray and pray and was actually able to save the day for SVSU, tying up the series 7-7.
Hard B push here, 2 Omen smokes coming out. 1, oh, Spec just finds 3. What? Spraying through the smoke? Oh, 1 Spec, that's not legal, man. That's not legal. This is match day 2.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to CECC Lone Star 2023. Unfortunately, not a full welcome back. So apparently there's a couple of facility issues with Blinn College, and they're not able to play in that facility anymore. So they all have to drive home really quickly. They don't live far. They're going to get back to their apartments or their houses or their setups and join us for the second map in just a bit. So this break's going to be a little longer. We didn't want any of you to feel alone during the Lone Star qualifier long break. So we'll see you right back here with some more Valorant action in just a bit. Left on the clock, and they're desperate to take down Wake Forest. They don't have anything to get through this team. They don't have any weapons on the field, but with Jackie Moon in the wings, at least they had a sniper.
Apparently. Guys gonna believe all the shots. Oh, a sniper! Jackie Moon from about midway through. What a shot right here from Jackie.
Wow, good eye sniper. Yes, sir. Jackie Moon puts us on the right side. A little bit more to the left. This one would have been...
Here in this clip, we're going to get a great moment from a Pac-Man, and as a Pac-Man player, I was super excited to see it. We're going to hear a lot of praise from our commentators, giving most compliments of choosing Snake against Pac-Man, a great counter pick. They were super excited to see a Snake on the field, but even without their blessing, Trollery does not yield.
But like you said, he's trying to play this safe because losing a stock right now for Concord would be really bad. And, well, a little bit of commentator's curse there. We kind of willed that one into existence. Oh, man. Oh my goodness! What?
Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, Septilance, how could that be all we got from weeks number 1 and 2? Please tell me there's more. If you like what you saw, you've got to go check out ECAC Esports on all social media platforms. Please see what they're bringing to the table. It is great collegiate esports week after week. On the bright side, folks, this is just the beginning. We've got the whole rest of what is guaranteed to be a great season ahead of us. Thank you so much for joining me for this recap, and I'll see you on the next one.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup. I am Septilence, and I get a really neat opportunity here. We get to interview Burns from E United. Burns, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. We're on day 2 of the event. It's been a fantastic one. I ran into you yesterday, but we were running around like chickens with our heads off, and it has been, I mean, how has your time been here? What has this event kind of been like?
Yeah, it's great. I just love being in the passion pit, seeing all the college kids go at it. Reminds me of like an old school MLG event almost, but being like in an epicenter of the passion pit, seeing Rocket League, Valorant, Overwatch, and Smash, just it's amazing to see all of these schools compete against each other and get a shot to play on this main stage.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And tell us a little bit about kind of what is E United, right? Because we know that you're here, we know you're here to represent them, but for the people that don't know, what is E United?
Yeah, E United was founded in 2016. We're a professional esports organization. We've been in League of Legends, Overwatch, all the way to Battle Right, I think it was called back in the day. Right now in 2022, we are in Gears of War, Halo, Rocket League, PUBG, and announcing a new title tomorrow. I know, get the small intel here. So it's a lot of fun. I went pro in Call of Duty when I was younger. I ended up playing my last event under E United, switched in 2016, and I've been the GM ever since. So it's a true blessing to be able to stay with an organization for as long as I have, and we love giving back to the collegiate community. I actually graduated from Full Sail in 2013.
I was a little confused about the jersey. I was a little...
Yeah, so the Full Sail boys are out of the tournament, unfortunately, but I decided I would rep them today in their honor. Yeah, it's just great. I love working with younger individuals who are trying to find their path in esports, and these college kids are really showing what they're all about.
Yeah, so to be kind of an ex-pro player, where a collegiate scene at the time didn't exist, especially not to the scale right now, what is it like to see such high levels of success, such high levels of support for something that you weren't able to kind of get as much support in at the time, something that was looked down on a lot more?
Yeah, I'm extremely jealous. That's all I can say. Full Sail started their program in 2017. When I was there in 2011 and 12, it was just a bunch of nerds running around, just creating their own clubs. I was still striving to go pro, but now you have these opportunities to play on main stage, play in front of thousands of people. We just had locals back in the day. You would show up and play for like $200, $100. It was like lunch money.
Right.
Now these kids are playing for scholarships. They're playing for fame. They could pop off here and end up getting a sponsor for $10,000 or $20,000 from somebody.
Right.
So the opportunities are just endless at the moment, and I think it's just great that you basically can prove yourself and make anything happen right now.
It's instead of kind of what you had gone through, being in college and also trying to go pro, these kids can try to go pro while being in college. It's hand in hand instead of those two kind of battling kind of matchups. So if somebody's trying to go pro, right, they're like, Burns, I want to be you one day. I want to be the GM of E United one day. What is that first step to really take it from a hobby to a passion, to a job?
Yeah, I think I've told this story a lot, but it's really, I thought about going pro every night before I went to bed.
Right.
Like, I lived and breathed Call of Duty for years. It was my life. I had to skip dinner sometimes. I had to skip family functions, and my family didn't really understand, but it was what I wanted to do, and it all worked out. But at the end of the day, you always need to kind of be organized. You have to have the ability to not put all of your eggs in one basket. So even though it worked out for me, there are so many opportunities in esports. There's being a caster or interviewing people. There's working in production. There's helping people get waters. Like, literally, there are so many opportunities. So, oh, this crowd's awesome.
They're going crazy, dude. They stayed on their last life right now.
Off subject, Smash, regardless if it's middle school, high school, college, it pops off all the time. I love it.
Well, Burns, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, guys.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to ECAC Top Plays of the Week. I am Septilence, and let me tell you what, right away, if you thought last week's clips were great from weeks 1 and 2, your minds are going to be blown here in week number 3. Let's take a look at what these players brought to the table this week. We wanted a banger to kick things off strong in our 8th slot of the week, and let me tell you what, CU definitely coming in clutch. They're already up a couple of points, but they want to make sure they can walk away victorious in game number 1 with a pretty good pinch from Pancake.
Yeah. Another good shot. Pancake with that shot.
Oh,
Get your syrup and your chocolate chips out, because this pancake is looking tasty.
With only 60 seconds on the clock, the University of Kentucky was feeling great. They'd already won a fight, Midtown was within their grasp as they only needed to secure one more fight win to full hold Bryant University. But Klaus knew, sometimes it's not just about winning. Sometimes it's about sending a message.
Okay, they've got to move. There's the initial hack. Klaus down like the cat among the pigeons. And there's not a lot of coming back from that one. The fawn, it's...
RPI found themselves with their backs against the wall on bind. They were 2-round losses away from losing the map and the series being tied up 1-1, going all the way to map number 3. They needed a hero. They needed somebody to guide them to the promised land, and it was Moses with a 3-piece that secured the deal and won them their 9th round.
The team, Southern Arkansas, will make it free and clear, taking on the site, unless Moses able to lock it down with a 3K! It's all up to the singular Briani, who's nowhere to be found!
TP, that must have been, he just walked through.
CU did such a good job this week that we want to highlight them not once, but twice. This time the attention pulling over to Lyric, who gives us a great aerial coast-to-coast play and seals the deal with what looks like a 0-degree goal to put CU just 1 point further in the lead.
Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful aerial goal.
Could have said it better myself. Look at how Lyric creates space and the accuracy. Does it get any better than that?
It really doesn't.
For this next clip, we're jumping over to a Smash crew battle where things are looking good. All 3 players alive on both sides, and Bounce with 3 stocks against their opponent, Sam Kalta. Bounce finds an amazing snipe off stage to guarantee Sam's first stock be taken off the board, putting Bounce's team in the lead.
Unlike
very high. Oh, but that nice neutral B off
beautiful
stage.
snipe. You love to see that one.
Week number 3 was the week of Rocket League, the week of CU in particular. Lyric, just when you think this team can't come out any stronger, finds a 3-second goal against CMCC that just showed the dominance CU was willing to come out with here in week 3.
We are 3
Oh my god.
seconds into game
You don't get
number
much better
2.
than that. That was awesome.
Oh man, that was beautiful. Ceramics, pedal to the metal right there. Foot on the gas pedal.
With a 1-round lead on Ascent, Suni Canton was feeling a little bit shaky, and it was up to Lil J to make some big moves.
You got dash. Not gonna go for it. Get all the way out of that one and fake the dash away, so they know about him close. Well, the room will give it away. Let's tuck the nade though, so definitely gonna stay alive.
Party's
Okay.
over.
Good. All right.
Spike down B.
Jinx, bro. You owe me a soda now.
Love that.
Oh, the timing.
I like the gusto.
One enemy remaining.
Ace.
Classic Lil J ace on its way. Happy to have it. 5-3. Sunny Canton.
Things were looking bleak for the University of Kentucky on the 5th and final map, but the momentum started to shift when Klaus decided the chaos needed to end a little quicker.
Who just won't be able to survive on the point all that long. Yurik finds Rimru. High noon for 3 for Klaus at the last possible second to secure a cap and buy them a stay of execution.
And with that, folks, ECAC highlights of Week 3 have come to a close. Let me tell you, it's been a pleasure getting to reminisce on all these fantastic moments with you. Check your posture, drink some water, don't forget to love each other, and we'll see you next time.
We're at the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup. Let's make some noise.
Oh, and it's gonna
jumped into it.
Corner judge is good for 1, 2, he needs more.
They're doing even more here. You gotta touch the point. Mr. Collins walks it in.
Toy Boy is gonna drop.
Knife him.
Right out in front.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, running.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back for week number 4 of the ECAC Top 8 Plays of the Week. Now, at this point, you're probably realizing two things. One, that's right, I'm going to be with you all season long as we jump through the best moments of every week. And number 2, wow, Septilence really only wears one thing when he's not on the clock. And I can't even defend myself, it's a comfortable outfit. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into week number 4 and see what these players brought to the table to beat out their opponents and be victorious. Wake Forest was already up a game, there were 4 minutes left on the clock, and they just couldn't find that first point to take the lead and put them up 2-0 in the series. But in a final moment of success, Malone clears it from one coast to another and finds an open goal, giving Wake Forest the lead once again.
These Champ 3 and Champ 2 is doing. I mean, seriously, look at Malone making advantages for himself.
Wow.
And he will put Wake Forest on the map. This game number 5 could just go their way.
I just want to say Malone just said, I'm going to show you what a Champ 3 can do. All right, buddy?
On a control map in Overwatch, your team must capture 100% of a point to succeed. 99 just won't cut it. King Rock from Keene University was fully aware of that and didn't just find a Death Blossom. He found a full-blown Death Garden to keep his team alive.
Sound barrier to go away as well, especially now that you have your own. It's going to be a little bit more breathing room. Doesn't look like the one. Okay, there we are. Now it's coming up big. This Reaper has bloomed.
That was just gorgeous amount of patience coming.
GVSU Blue found themselves up by 5 rounds, and it's always better to turn that 5 into a 6. It's incredible, however, that this team doesn't always need all 5. It can come down to just one player and how much they can really GVS do.
An Illusion delivers with efficiency. 3 in a row. No time left, even if they had the chance an orbital strike out of the last.
This battle between Muskingum and St. Francis was insanely close. Only 3 players in a round, and there were 1 player left on both sides, both down to their final stock. Things were looking pretty strong for St. Francis, their Luigi only at 40%, but it was up to Splat to do anything but.
Just keep him off stage with that Zare. Oh!
If
that spot
didn't-
right here
if
for
that-
Teo.
If that block didn't disappear,
Oh!
No way.
Oh! Just steps on the
pressure plate.
A tale as old as time, Pace White versus Pace Gold, and Pace White's morale was through the roof as they won a fight, but little did they know, this was Lofi's world, and they wouldn't be living in it for much longer.
Going in with the blade. Uh-oh, blade is out. It's hacked. It doesn't matter, though. Slashes away for 2. Looking for a 3rd. Looking for 4. Won't get it just yet on the blade. However, the slash and dash works out. Lofi's got 3. Looking for everybody else on this team. It's a white.
The Inkling versus Ganondorf matchup is not very good for Ganondorf, but let's be honest, which matchups are? In this clip, we're going to be watching as JD from Fisher learns the hard way that you never really want to meet an Inkling off stage.
Sooner if you don't find that kill confirm or that kill or a bomb off stage like that.
That
Caduceus
bomb
edge
angle.
guarding is so good today.
Yeah, that bomb angle was beautiful.
Week 4 of ECAC Rocket League was absolutely insane. CMU and FC were tied up 0-0, but it was Gand who told FC they shall not pass game number 2.
Side of FC, they've only got 1 player for a moment there. They're trying to recollect, they're trying to reposition, but how do you position around a pinpoint accurate shot like this? Gand goes crossbar down for the first goal.
Adams in reverse backed the defense off with that.
Whenever I'm on the mic for Valorant, you'll often hear the line, check your corners, repeated over and over and over again. And even with me not on the mic to tell them, I have a feeling this team may have learned that lesson.
Nah, he's got to take the shot.
Take it.
Oh yeah, just sounds of teammates running on through and come on dive. The 4K on a completely unaware trio. And it's 11-0 right now.
And those are the top 8 moments we thought deserved just a little bit more time in the spotlight of week number 4 here at ECAC. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're interested in what ECAC has going on, we got something happening nearly every day of the week. So check us out right here. Editor, that's a challenge for you. Wink, wink. And folks, this has been all from me. Thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy this, and we've got plenty of weeks down the line. Can't wait to see what comes of them.
there's so many other jobs as well that can translate out of this experience in esports. The only path is not just as a player. I think all of us are representative of jobs in esports, but it mirrors traditional sports in pretty much the same way. You've got, broadcasters, you've got production people, you've got marketing and sales, and now NIL and things like that. But really, esports is kind of a great accelerator for a lot of new businesses that are coming up in the metaverse and Web3, and there's a lot of new technology that is going to be needed. And so these STEM students that are also esports athletes are really the future workforce and leaders of tomorrow. And us, as well as all of our brand partners that we work with, really recognize this. And I think that's really, a key driver of why brands are in this space. They want to be part of building that future workforce and leadership and shaping it and supporting it. So, yeah, it's been a very interesting space to watch.
And we offer such a big, we offer such a big counterpart to traditional sports also, because it's a counterpart, but it's also the same, is what I'm trying to say. Because when you're traditional sports and they're done after their 2-a-day workout and they're done after their practice scrim, they're coming home to play Call of Duty and relax and put their feet up and get a drink and play video games. It grows their brain, problem-solving skills, and their hand-eye coordination while they're home. Hand-eye coordination, if you're a football player, massive skill. So it helps build those things while they're off the field. And then for us, vice versa, if you're an esports athlete, one of the errors I had growing up when I was competing in esports is that I was not active enough. I played sports, I competed a little bit, but I wasn't active enough truly when I look at it. So that's one area that esports players can learn from in terms of activity and physical and the marrying of both. People say, oh, sports and esports, video games. Not really. We're just kind of the tech industry's competitive form of competition, as to where traditional sports are more physical, hands-on. So I believe in the marrying of these two sectors and that they actually live together while also being counterparts.
Well, I think then to speak to something about marrying, right, from traditional to esports, that to me speaks to this whole new thing, at least again from you guys, right? You guys have more traditional sports background, right? Paul, Mike, and all of that. But I think let's talk NIL then, because I think that's something that I think is really interesting, that at least when I heard about it, right, of what we're trying to do with, esports athletes, schools, programs in general, because it wasn't something you would think normally, right? You could understand, right, football player on the field, star quarterback, it makes sense, right? The guy is somebody that everybody knows on campus, whether you're on the team, off the team, or you're just going to the school, it makes sense. But I think, nowadays it's not as common, or people don't think that they could be somebody that their name is out there, right? Or that they're known, right? As we're growing the space, as we're putting this together, it almost feels really interesting that, your star entry in Valorant, or your star forward on Rocket League, right? Whatever the case might be, now they can have NIL deals. It's a thing out there. And I think, I don't know, maybe Mike, you want to start off? But
I think, thank you for teeing that up. So I was talking for too long. I forgot to bring NIL into the mix. So it's a common occurrence, occupational hazard. So I would say that, so NIL for I'm sure most of you watching understand what it is, but NIL stands for name, image, and likeness. Name, image, and likeness, that term has been utilized to describe the transition of traditional student athletes, NCAA athletes, and their ability to monetize their name, image, and likeness. It went live July 1st, 2021, and it has continued over the course of the last nearly 14 months now. It's an interesting term because it's been co-opted to describe the NCAA's approach to student athletes being able to make endorsement money or be able to monetize any part of their name, image, and likeness. But it's been around forever, right? We've had athletes endorsing brands for over 100 years. Babe Ruth of the New York Yankees was endorsing brands 100 years ago, and it has continued onward from baseball cards all the way through now, where we have lots of different integrations of how influencers can monetize their followings. So what I would say on the traditional side is it's still a very young space. There are a lot of stories out there regarding NIL that tend to focus on the negative or how out of control, I put in air quotes, it has gotten. But there is still a burgeoning marketplace for many more student athletes that are involved. About 17% of NCAA athletes are currently involved in NIL, but 65% more than that want to get involved and are curious how to get started. On the flip side, brands are challenged with a few different things in the space. There are 10,000 professional athletes in the United States. Once July 1st, 2021 hit, and you dump every NCAA athlete into that space, that's another 500,000. So brands that maybe didn't have a dedicated athlete strategy when there were 10,000 now have 500,000 plus that 10,000 to figure out how to activate who they are. That's a lot. I understand brands' hesitancy in some instances, but I can tell you that companies like us are on a daily basis educating brands and student athletes as to the software you can use, the types of activations you can get involved in, and how to utilize your followings, or if you don't have to or want to be a social media star, are there ways in which you can monetize it? Now, I know I described that under the umbrella of the NCAA, but I see it as being no different in esports. I think there are massive opportunities for people with followings to be able to use that and connect with brands. I think a company like us can help you to do that. And then beyond that, we can make sure that those transactions are safe for you. I think there are opportunities, not just at the individual competitor level, but at the program level to have a sponsorship go to that. I'm sure some of you out there listening and watching already have deals like that in place, but I think we can continue to enhance, augment those deals and make them more comprehensive and make them, first of all, I think product deals are perfectly fine, but I think we can get beyond that and grow some of these deals to a greater extent. Paulie, thoughts on that?
Yeah, what you said is right. So I'll put it in for layman's terms here for just the esports players, because I talk to so many of our athletes that compete in our CECC series that are currently still in college. And basically when Mike Blewett says NIL, what he's referring to is just very simple. If a brand or any sort of anyone wants to use your school's name or your brand or anything with you, there is a deal for you that can be put in place, whether it's product deal, whether it's a paid endorsement. You can, whether you're a macro influencer or whether you're a micro influencer, you can be paid for your services. So most of the people, when I talk to them, most of the, I won't say people, college athletes, they are, intimidated by the word. They don't really know what it means. They've never done anything with it before. And that's what it means. Any single time a brand or anyone at all wants to use your name or do a deal with you or do some sort of activation with you or your school, that's basically what the layman's terms, the NIL meaning comes from. And it's evolving in this space. There are so many brands that want to associate with micro and macro influencers and just get people involved with their products or their services. So all of you, collegiate athletes out there that are competing in esports, not only are we trying to broker those deals, but also keep your eyes, ears open, and don't be shy or scared to take these deals, because that's what I've heard the most, is that most of the time they're just scared to take them. They don't know what they are. They don't know if they're locking themselves into some agreement or terms that they're like going to give their name away or something too. So this is a really important space, and it's how you're all going to physically make money and build your brands along with company brands. So it's really important to learn. And my advice is to just get your feet wet. Don't worry about shying away. Read the contracts and take some of these deals, because growing your own brand is the future of what our industry is going to be, in my opinion.
Exactly, and if you follow in the pro space, you'll see that the pro teams are not only focusing on competitive play, but a lot of them are focusing on their brand and their cultural importance in the space. And so, one of the things that we do also is help athletes build their brand, build their following, and that's part of what Paulie and Kyler are doing on their side when we do this behind the scenes training. And so, building your brand, this is the creator economy. Anybody and everybody can be anything they want to be. And so we just really want to be the conduit that supports that across the board.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. With that said, thank you everyone for, I think, great insights in terms of, for any of you that were watching this and maybe had questions about, what is Esports U? What is CSMG? Who are they? What are they doing? What are our plans? Right? We know we kind of tried to make a bigger splash in the spring, and we're excited to bring more stuff with you guys for the next year. But I think maybe as we close out here, I know we're slowly approaching on time then, but maybe let's go around the room with everyone here of just what's one thing that we're all excited for this next upcoming year. I know we touched on our plans and a lot of things, but if anyone had to speak, if you had to speak to just one thing of just what has you excited for us as a company, for us as the collegiate or college esports space, right? What's one thing that has all of you guys excited? And maybe we'll start with Mike, since our traditional sports guy, and we'll let Mike speak first.
Sure. So I would say many things on the traditional side, but I'll focus on esports. And I'd say the thing that I'm most excited about going forward is after yet another year of us doing a round of events, I'm excited that more schools will understand exactly what we're doing with our regional events and culminating in CECC and getting more schools involved. I think schools will be more excited to compete in our events because we've established it over the course of a year, and I welcome any and all conversations with getting people involved.
I think for me, I'm most excited about like the schools and conferences, Mike. That's amazing. And that's so exciting. I'm also excited about the brands that we're starting to be able to get involved in this. In our Commissioner's Cup in last May, we had over 14 brands, blue chip brands participating in our event. Barbasol, Microsoft, CDW, Morgan Stanley, New Street, Air Force. And so I think brands are really starting to get excited about being involved in college esports, and we're offering them a platform that not only gives them, you know, a big event, a big yearly event, but also regular daily programming where they can have exposure in front of this audience that they want to build affinity for with their brand. So I'm super excited about seeing the brands get on board and help grow the space along with us. A rising tide lifts all boats. And I think that's probably one of our mottos here at CSMG and Esports U. We're growing our brand, but at the same time, we're also really growing the college esports space as a whole. And that's our goal, for it to be a healthy ecosystem for all parties involved.
Yeah, I agree there. And I guess for me, obviously always, you know, seeing the collegiate esports space elevate, coming from competing, this didn't exist when I was competing, and just to see it now in literally within the last 5 years probably really come to fruition and start just blossomed out of nowhere, and now becoming a space and seeing everyone, schools, players, productions, companies all elevate together has been really, really nice to see. But if I was the most excited for one thing, it would probably be the city where we're going to land for CECC 23. I'm really excited to know where we're going to be. There's a lot of great cities. I mean, I personally would love for it to come to New York, despite whether we got a positive bid or not. I want it to come to New York, but I just think the atmosphere in New York when you throw an event here is just super magical, especially in the summertime. But either way, I'm really excited to see where it lands. Tons of great cities, tons of great opportunities, and yeah, who knows? And I think that's going to be the most exciting process for me.
Absolutely. I won't speak to anything. I think I'm filling Paulie's job on this one because Paulie's more a panelist than this one. So, you know, normally Paulie's the host, and I don't know. I think me personally, I'll just say something real quick. I'm just excited to keep telling your stories. If you're a student, if you're a program, let me know. Let us, reach out to us. We just ultimately, at the end of the day, we want to tell your story. And I think that's what has me most excited, because now I think we're getting to a point where people know us. I hope you guys trust us, and and we just want to keep expanding and growing the space. So with that, Paulie, I won't make you do the weird thing where you got to toss to yourself, unless you want to do that. I don't know. Actually, you might have a free way of doing this. All right. Let's test it. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
how do you want to throw yourself here?
Well, that's going to conclude here the future of collegiate with CSMG and Esports U. Thank you so much to Angela, Mike Blewett, and Kyler Tandle for hosting our panel. And now back to myself for the day 3 of the CSMG Coaches and Director Summit 2022.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another ECAC weekly highlight clips. Now I feel like I've been saying this every week, but this week in particular is full of some really unique kind of once-in-a-lifetime plays and clips and moments, so I'm super excited to jump into it with all of you. We're kicking things off with one of my favorites, Overwatch 2. University of Albany finds themselves back against the wall, 1/3 of the point already capped, but with a lot of great communication and a little bit of teamwork, they're able to snipe this fight back quickly.
Controlling these fights, and now are able just to go with the blade. It's gonna get one, gonna be able to get a few with the cleanup as well. It's just near team kill gonna come out. There it is, Loose Milk getting taken down.
Clip number 7 almost takes us back in time to Super Smash Bros. Brawl, where we would see Diddy Kong versus Meta Knight all the time. But unfortunately, EJJ from St. John's is about to find out that Benedictine was not kidding around.
Great catches Billy with the carry, dude. Oh, almost gets the near up shield. Oh, 5. Yo, oh my god!
Ooh, and not enough height. Yep, that was really well done by Kid there.
Number 6 here in week 5 is going to be an amazing play from Wayne State. Amatsugachi finds a huge needle thread and guarantees the first point goal for Wayne State against their opponents.
I think I've seen this play before. Amatsugachi just waiting for the ball to plummet down in the zone, the scoring zone. That is massive dunk to get Wayne State on the right foot.
I'm super excited about clip number 5 because it feels like the first Valorant clip we've had in a while. It's coming out from our friend Doodle V on the side of SFU. Uses every single knife in a Blitzstorm. It just can't find that elimination, but luckily enough, still had one knife in the chamber.
Getting from the backside, they're going to be able to swing on this one. They do have a sage that's behind them as well. EK is going to be able to give big value. They are able to maybe get the defusal. It's still beeping. They're still dropping. They have the right click. Trying to knife him. Oh, they jumped him like a ninja in the night. Oath is put on their back, and it's Jet that...
Sometimes as casters, we get a cool opportunity where a player's name matches up really well with what they're about to do, and I can't think of a better example than Bad News being the one to deliver that game-winning goal against Keen Blue in the 4th game on the side of Wayne State.
And double tap every time. Massive goal for Wayne State.
I mean, there wasn't even really a mistake. I mean, they had a player up for the potential shot, but the double tap opportunity that Bad News gave himself.
Now, I hope you're not sick of SFU because while they already had their time in this weekly reel, they're going to find themselves here in slot number 3 as well. Mako, a shark in the water against the side of Muskingum to guarantee another round win for SFU on Pearl.
Mako will back up an operator that could get a collat here, and all of a second they get one, have to reload, can't quite get the other one, don't need to. Sky's able to be the limit. They get another. Stomachs are just being opened up with holes in the shape of a bullet, and it doesn't tag at least that one. Another through the wall bang them because they can't kill the Mako.
Using an ultimate in Overwatch 2 can be incredibly dangerous. If you miss your ultimate, it could put your team in a very poor position, but with a little riz from Shiz, he kicked the door wide open for his main tank to come in and save the day.
Now you don't even have another chance to recalibrate yourself. And the big EMP into the shatter! Oh my god!
That EMP shatter was devastating! 6 seconds left for Sumter to try and touch. There's not going to be a recontest.
Now for this number 1 highlight of the week, I think anybody watching is going to know right away. Ridley is not a popular character in Smash Ultimate. So you know when you see 2 Ridleys going head to head, something incredible is bound to happen.
That's what I would do.
Yep, and then you sit and just take that up smash. Such a strong and potent kill move. Oh, we're going for the offstage gameplay. There's the stage spike from the neutral air. Hollow is a monster.
They live that. They live that. And now Holo has a very even game to play from. Minixo struggling to stabilize. Air dodges in.
We're seeing
then
the
goes for one of their
reverse.
own. They do the same exact thing.
Oh,
Minixo gives Holo a taste of their own medicine.
And that brings week 5 to a close. Thank you all so much for watching this with me and getting to share all these moments and relive all these hype, fantastic plays in the ECAC. It's been a wild ride. We've got insane weeks coming up ahead as we get closer and closer to the end. The caliber of play gets higher and higher, and these players, they just improve and impress week after week. If you want to keep an eye on it, feel free to follow on all of the channels. If you want to follow me, it's just Septilence. You know where to find me on any social media. Thank you so much for watching. Check your posture, drink some water. Don't forget to love each other, and we'll see you next time. Can y'all believe we are already 6 weeks into the ECAC highlight videos, and there's still so much content and so many great plays to see from these teams? It's pretty amazing, but I'm super excited to jump into it. If you don't know by now, I'm Septilence, and I have the honor to walk you through this week's highlights. I'm very excited to see what we got. Catholic U starts the series up. Toddy, 2 stocks on the board, needs to take 1 more off of Cherry. When Cherry answers back strong, Toddy finds themselves in a bit of a panic, but they play it cool, they find the stock, and they win out the set for their team.
And again, this is Min Min. If anyone has the potential to rob someone, especially off stage, it can definitely be Min Min. Ooh, that was sexy. Oh no!
Suni Poly was feeling great. 2 games already won, 2 games to go, and Wake Forest already 1 point in the lead, but with 16 seconds left on the clock, Toucan strikes a goal to tie things up and gives Suni Poly their chance at the 3rd win in a row.
Field pass to Toucan. Toucan
wow.
with the shot. There goes the tie. 16 seconds left here in game number 3. Looking at potential overtime now.
And the only reason why that was not saved because of the amazing speed on the ball there. Thankless in the right position.
The pistol round in Valorant is one that many consider to be possibly the hardest in the game because you have no utility. You've just got your pistol and a dream to win the round. Space from UA, however, had his opponent seeing stars when he takes down all 5 of them in less than a minute with only a pistol.
That to cut off vision and go for a defusal.
There.
Pond is also available,
There.
so I'll be selling for some information. Crossfire, it's going to be something of a nightmare to deal with.
One enemy.
One's gonna back up. Oh, a nice dink. That's a 4K. Looking for the ace is Shadow, as they want to be able to get another one, and they're gonna open up this game.
For clip number 5 here, our keen-eyed viewers might notice that clip number 7 does in fact spoil the result of this one, but does not make it any less interesting. Suni Poly, things are close, but in the final half of this game, they close it out aggressively against Wake Forest.
Go ahead and push it through. Of course you are. Had plenty of boost as well. Why not? Wes has just been a mechanical nuisance for the defense here of Wake Forest. If not extending the play, getting some of these individual.
With a great EMP Death Blossom combo, Southern Arkansas was feeling fantastic. 1 member of the opposing team already down, 4 to go, and they could cap that first point. But they're about to learn the hard way that nothing shines brighter than the suns.
Out onto the field. This might be good enough for Bellarmine to be able to hold on, but no. Oh,
both the healers!
Suns! No way! You just went right up into the back line and hit the fatty shatty from behind. We were trying to do the same thing, but Suns...
Yoru in Valorant is considered to be one of the worst agents in the entire game, but Rusty, clearly a big fan of Yoru just like myself, comes out quick, gets a 3v1 victory, and secures the penultimate round for UA.
Hurry. Does OC him first, able to turn 1 from boxes, will be able to counter strike. No, where are you looking? What? Oh my goodness, Rusty's able to do it all himself. Where in the world was that second man looking?
This upcoming clip absolutely deserves this 2nd place slot because, as you know, these clips are usually about 30 seconds to a minute, but Percival did so much more than we'd ever be able to fit in 1 minute, taking all 9 stocks off of the opposing team before losing 3 of his own.
Timing on the up special from Little Mac. A potential KO punch is going to whiff here. 4-1 and 2. Little Mac is off stage. There's the Nikita. Air dodge is going to get caught. He has no jump. He's catching it with the drop, Nikita, and the down smash, but he's still alive. He is living. 1 read there from Little Mac is going to take that's the neutral air.
Our number one clip for week number 6 is easily my favorite. We're about to watch Priz get a 5K, a complete ace with the Odin. The clip itself is great, but the camera work makes it so much better. Enjoy this clip.
And there you go. Okay, so they're systematically clearing. You love to see this, but they're running into 2 Odins. This definitely isn't a fun time for anybody that's involved. Priz gonna find 1 here in Boathouse. The ping's coming out. Priz gets the collapse. Priz finds it. Priz finds 4. Can he get the 5th? The ace for Priz coming out with the Odin. Just camping out in Boathouse. He has a campfire. He's got some marshmallows and some graham crackers, and he's making s'mores out of Stonehill.
And as all good things must, week 6 highlights have come to a close. Folks, it's always a blast to get to walk through this with you. So if you enjoy what you're seeing, go catch it live. Go check out ECAC on all their main channels. If you like what you're seeing here, feel free to follow me on my socials. It's just Subtilence everywhere. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Check your posture, drink some water. Don't forget to love each other, and I'll see you next week.
Is that we don't have these preconceived notions, and we're willing to listen to our membership and read the room, read college athletics and how it's connected and how it's not, and take what we have expertise in championships, but also throw out some of the other stuff. I remember when we first started, there were some conferences were applying their amateurism rules to all of their esports competitors, and I think we knew enough to know that no, that's not going to work in an esports culture. It's got to be very different. And by the way, the NCAA was going in a different direction. You could see that train had already left the station on that, and so it's an incredibly dynamic area and ever changing, and will continue to change. And just as we didn't know when we started what it's going to be looking like, I think similarly we still don't know what it's going to be in another 5 years. I know enough to know that all of us are still going to have a thriving esports program that's doing a real good service for our members and for our competitors. But we still don't know necessarily what some of that is going to look like, and that's pretty cool about it all. Let me ask you this, because you all are used to dealing with your athletic directors, and each of them are dealing with what's in front of them in their athletic departments. My guess is at least some of your schools are that this is not necessarily operating within the athletic department. And can you talk about how you navigate that in a conference office, and maybe the best way to handle that, or do you have preferences? Do you try to steer them one way or the other? And just talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Sure. The majority of our schools are not under the athletics umbrella. We have one institution.
Hello there, everybody. Oh my god, what is, hold on. Everybody hold on one second. I don't know how I keep doing that. Okay, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to CECC Lone Star 2023. I am Subtilence, joined by Chad Lantis, and we are going to give you guys a bit of a fill-in. So clearly that was a bit of a longer break, right? Things happened. Blinn unfortunately had to change the location of which they were playing, and because of that, they've been kind enough to forfeit map number 2 to TAMU Maroon. So we are going all the way to map 3. It's 1-1 on the series right now. We're jumping to the third map, Lotus. Chad, this is extra interesting because in that forfeit, they had to forfeit their own map pick.
Yeah, I will say though, Blinn's definitely a team that would be in the favoritism for
Absolutely.
Who's going to win. Maybe not favoritism, that's a weird word. They are like the favorites to win. Because they won Haven. That was not their map pick. They won it anyway. And Lotus is another 3-lane map.
Yeah.
When clearly we saw that Blinn was ahead of the curve in the match on Haven as far as macro movements and reads in a 3-site map. So even though obviously Lotus is a different map and how those sites operate and things like that are definitely different, you gotta think that Blend's still going to be favored to win this.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you on that, Chad. And we've also got to talk about as well, big shout out to both teams for waiting, for being patient, for being kind and understanding, and kind of allowing this to get into map 3, because how boring would it have been if we weren't able to play any extra maps? So we're going in, and this one in particular, like you talked about, is a 3-lane map like Haven was. But this one, I think, similar to Haven, isn't really solved in any variety of way. People have been trying to play Harbor. We've seen a little bit of that, and it looks like Blinn is going to try to make that happen again. But an agent I personally really like on this map has been that Killjoy. That Town is already locked in, and Nab seems to be hovering over as well. I think KJ is a very impactful agent on this map.
Yeah, pretty much the 3 normal picks you see these days are the Killjoy, Viper, for sure, those 2.
Yep.
And then also almost always you'll see the Sky locked in alongside of them. Just because the way that Trailblazer works for clearing out angles works really well, and having a hard flash is nice for fighting for A-main control, C-long control, things like that. Killjoy, Viper are really good at cross-map holds, especially on defensive side. It's a very spread out map like Haven, so being able to have a cross-map presence is really great. Jet versus Raze is kind of a team's choice, whatever they're feeling, really. Raze offers more utility, but Jet offers more survivability when they go for like lurk options, things like that. So it depends on if you want to play your team more so like a Raze, or play for yourself a little bit more as a Jet. Omen, though, can be that like, we'll play for ourselves a little bit instead of the Jet, so they'll go Omen instead of the Raze. Also, you can drop that one way for A main or for C long, so you can fight for controls of those, or Shroud Step out of A main if you're on attacker side. Very good at fighting for those. However, Harbor definitely offers that like really aggressive team play. We're going to swarm on the site. So I love that they have the team play option of Raze versus Jet, but still having that self play of Omen versus Jet, and then on the other side, team play of Harbor versus Omen, but then like self play of Jet versus Omen. Like it's still like overall very balanced teams from these 2 players or 2 colleges.
This is a very balanced team as well. And as a Raze fan myself, I think I'm just really excited to see her. We don't see her as often as we used to, but I think Noble is really going to be able to make it work. I haven't really had the chance to see TAMU a lot this year, but last time I saw them, I remember seeing Noble on the Raze pretty often and always thinking it was pretty impressive. So hopefully that story can tell true here as well. But Chad, going into this, the stakes have certainly changed, right? Nobody's up anymore. This isn't going to be up 1-0 in a best of 3. This is everybody's broken even here in what has turned into a best of 1. So it really comes down to the performance of these teams and these players to not let the stress get to them, to play through and to secure themselves that spot at CECC at CECC this year.
Yeah, as we go ahead and get that opening flash, fighting for that control immediately. Smoking themselves, interestingly, is Texas A&M. Just to use that angle from Rebel alongside the flash. Bing Chilling, winning the fight for C Long. Our supporter was Nara, so they don't want to get ahead of themselves. Bing Chilling might get caught out here, and they do. Spaz finding that opening frag, or at least a return frag for Blinn.
The equalizer has been found, and I do want to talk about as well Bing Chilling off the Killjoy. That is an important thing to note. KJ still being played, but not by Bing Chilling this time. They're going to be on the Viper that we'll see a little bit more of as this round comes to a close. Spaz, the unique Harbor pick, dodges 1 flash, puts down 2 before Noble finds that right click. Hashtag free gun, by the way. The Ghost online and isn't able to get the lineup yet, but Dam taking out Teague ties us up in a 2v2. The double kill from Dam has Blinn saying just that, as Town is the last member left standing with no utility to strike.
Oh, free gun though. We get some right clicks. The long range fight against a Ghost though is going to be advantage for Noble, and they can just dial in a 2v1. So great opening round from Texas A&M. Bing Chilling sending the signal flare for the rotation. Spaz doing the best efforts for that 3K. Beautiful tuck behind that box. But overall is a pretty standard. I got a pick on the lurk guys. Let's go and rotate to C site. We had some opposition, but we still swarmed in. Worked out for them overall.
It's a 1-round advantage for TAMU, but there's part of me that isn't really, confident in it, right? They found, 4-1, 5-1 at the beginning, and then struggled to find any rounds before that map came to a close after that. So let's see if TAMU can continue this dominance forward. Noble, Mage Punk set. Very good aesthetic choice there. Tasmanian Tiger catches Mira on the corner, nowhere to hide. Noble puts her down, and now 5v4 for TAMU once again. This is exactly what they wanted. This is the type of team that needs to find first blood, or they're going to lose that round.
I'm very interested that Noble decided to break the door instead of just leaving it up and hearing when Blinn decides to break it.
Sure.
Because that wall makes it so that Noble would not know if they came out of the door.
Yeah, breaking it kind of takes away the opportunity to have the foresight, and getting the shots. Another Mage Punk from Spaz. How exciting. What a beautiful team composition there with the aesthetic. Spaz, though, has
like
a flank. And I mean, 12 HP. I don't think I love the flank, but I think it kind of like, you know, you try to get your one, right? Okay, or you're none. You made it out alive, and that's arguably more important.
The 6th man on the team, spotting him out. And at 12 HP, you cannot tank that turret and take the shot.
Ooh. To fire your bullets into the door like that, it really is a creative choice. C-site wide open, they're going to plant onto the high ground as you always expect to do, and this is going to be a really difficult retake for Blinn, I think. The numbers disadvantage, the weapons disadvantage, and 2 of their players already pretty hurt. Ooh, Teague takes it up and over. Love to see it. One of my favorite Hawks in this map. Noble finds 1, turns it into 2, and unfortunately TAMU has to kiss this map goodbye. Almost a flawless, but Noble does bite the bullet, and Blinn College falling 0-2. That was the mathematical expectation. Let's see if round 3 is where things can change.
Yeah, and they didn't all have SMGs or anything. One person was rocking a sheriff, so they really didn't lose anything overall. It was basically a flawless. Just have to rebuy the armor. So, still chilling.
Bing chilling.
Bing chilling even. Texas A&M. There was Showstopper as well. Good entry for the site. So far, both rounds, though, it's been a we'll show presence A and then get pushed off and rotate to C. We'll see if Texas A&M have a little bit more deeper of a playbook.
Oh, Nara, you're not diving in like that. Spaz, who puts down 2. Town finds a 3rd, and Nara are very glad to have a peel like that, keeping them alive. This is exactly what Blinn needed. We talked about the consideration of winning this 3rd round to flip momentum, and flipping momentum has been the name of the game for Blinn College so far. They want to win this. They want to go on to CECC.
Yeah, the match to determine which team is the best in Texas right now. Definitely appearing to be a 1-2 for Blinn here. As a little bit of an overforce through mid at the start of the round, running straight into the spray. As Nara is getting out there, Spaz once again answering back. This time, that Reckoning is online for Spaz as well. Looking to be saved until the next round unless things get really dicey here.
Alarm bot gives you away. Nara there to catch you, and Damn falls early. Blinn 1 elim shy of a flawless round here, and that's huge considering you're down 0-2. Carrying all 5 rifles would have been great, but unfortunately not where they're going to find themselves. The knife is pulled, the bullet flies, and Bing Chilling goes down. 5th and final member of TAMU. Blinn, 4 rifles, Chad. Like I talked about this earlier. I think when you're on the wrong side of a rifle round, it's your goal to make it expensive. 2 or 3 elims. More than that is great. Finding only 1 and just barely, not the performance you want to find in that round.
Definitely not a good bonus, but still early in the half, feeling things out is Texas A&M. They tried something different, a little bit ambitious, a little reckless, and it didn't work out for them for the bonus. Now with rifles, I imagine they'll be a little bit more cautious of that. No, they're just going to send it down mid anyway.
That's probably why you shouldn't do that. Bing Chilling goes down in the blink of an eye there. Poor Noble found through the smoke by Mira. Devastating shot there.
Unlucky.
Not what you want to find. Unlucky indeed.
Yeah, still seeing TAMU not finding success by just being overly aggressive and pushing through. We'll see if they start slowing things down. Come on, man. He's like, it's here, dude.
He's like, I know it's there. It bounced. It pung. Oh, the Tasmanian Tiger goes out. A great read onto the turret. Damn, creating space on the C site. Oh, and the shadow stepped up is huge here. He's hidden on sight, and Mira wasn't ready for it. Hawk out. There's the flash. Nab took down Spaz 3v3, but look at the HP for TAMU right now. They need 1 more elim to really feel confident, and Thene's going to be able to find it. We're tied up 2-2, and this should absolutely still be Blinn's game. They just got to play their cards right.
Well, the spike's not planted, and you're 20 seconds off your guiding light. I kind of wonder if you just hang out here. Especially as it's a 2v1, you're not pressured at all for Blinn. You can just vibe.
No pressure. A vibe is the
Flash
name of the
is coming
game.
soon.
Nab. Oh, timing! You hate to see it. Had the crosshair in the right spot, but just did not pull it out in time. A for effort after all, but Blinn tying us up 2-2 once again.
Good composure there. We've seen a lot of times Nara overheating and pushing for a little bit there, but also, like, do you know if they're coming on your flank? You're not sure. So I think that's fair to get a little more forward information. So great to see that, like, There were definitely overheat moments in Nara in the last in map 1 of Haven, but they were also in the lead and definitely was feeling it. But in this moment, it's still early in the map, and they're not sure how things are going to go. Nara showing discipline is such a great look for Blinn moving forward.
I have to agree, and they got a lot more time to discuss this map than I think we were expecting. So they've definitely had time to analyze, discuss, and make proper changes to their composition to make sure they're finding proper success. I think that patience is one of hopefully many examples we get here, Chad, of them kind of showing that they took that time and worked well with it. We hear the gunfight happening. No bullets caught, though, so a lot of spray and pray. Spaz plays the corner, catches the alarm bot, and I love the back there. Hawk finds no purchase. Can't forget that A site, though. Look at this Omen. He's going to be able to drop a Paranoia, dark cover into center, but I want to see if Dam can make some space. Oh, critical shot, not able to be found. Teague puts him down. That really increases Blinn's odds here.
Guy like just a scout, no AA main. So you see that 4 players strong for BC side of the map. Teague will just be left alone to anchor. Great shots by Tamu.
Wow.
Whoa. Answered back.
Answered back strong. Talk about discipline from Nara. I mean, what a performance. A 3-piece out the gate to just ruin that fight before it could even start. Now being chilling, left by their lone. Someone has got a stinger in hand right now.
A Bulldog, yeah.
A Bulldog.
Still not great.
Yeah, not much better.
Can win with this.
You can tell I don't use either of those guns, because I really could not tell the difference between them.
And also some skins make things look really weird.
Oh, yeah, just trying to die on that one, I think.
Yeah. It was a great it was a great fallback by Mir there as Nara kind of postured, so as soon as Mir has contact, Nara can swing anyway. Mir just happens to also get the shot off. So yeah, still Blinn showing a lot of discipline, realizing, you know what?
Discipline.
We won game map 1, being a little loose. We still found it. We lost map 2 on technicality and just unfortunate circumstance. We're going to be disciplined and win map 3, darn it.
Hashtag discipline. You know what I mean? This team looking really good right now. Great discipline so far. And Nara with this op as well. Nothing short of a demon with it every single time we've seen them. And I'm wondering if it's going to be able to find that same defensive prowess, rather, here on Lotus. I feel like there's not as many free op angles on Lotus as there were on Haven.
A lot of ultimates online right now. Seeker's out. Oh, the ult protects A&M.
I thought that was a 2-piece easy.
Well, it is in the end. Spaz was weak, so a couple body shots finished it.
Oh, Teague in the dark cover. We hear the paint shells come out, and with this healing aura available from the sky, I mean, we'd need a miracle run. Tamu just dumping, what is that, 2, 3 ultimates into this fight, desperate to try and tie things up here.
4. Oh, yeah, 3, sorry. The dead Killjoy looked like it was used up, and I was like, wait, was there a lockdown?
Oh, God, if there was, it would have been too fast.
Yeah, like, what happened? I think it's Blinn, honestly. Saving is fine here.
I agree. I think they should. I think it's the ideal play. You don't want to walk into a Viper's Pit with an operator.
Is that? Yeah, operator for Nara, for sure.
Could be
I wouldn't even throw. Yeah. I wouldn't even burn the snake by. Like, what would you even gain from that? It usually doesn't come into play, but it does kind of like grind my gears a little bit when players just burn utility at the end of the round for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, you probably can buy that again now, but like, what if a few rounds from now you need the extra 200 credits or something? You know, like.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. It's such an interesting spot and kind of like Schrodinger's util, right? Like, if you do use it, it could be effective, but if you don't, you're never going to know if it would have been. And it's a very difficult situation to be in of like, am I burning my util or should I be doing this?
Right. Full buy up for Blinn. They are full util this time around. In any case. Nara, a big moment here. The flash, though, has to dodge it. Yeah, playing it safe. Maybe an overheat moment.
Okay, got a body shot.
Wow.
Oh, the healing is
Nara gets away with these repeaks so often, man. We saw it constantly in Haven. So much confidence in this player.
Spike plant on the A site once again. It's funny the amount of times we've seen a team, try the same site over and over and it doesn't work, so they just go to the exact opposite and then change their mind on it. Teague takes out Bing though early.
Wow, good
Town
double lurk
for a rotation, and with a lockdown in pocket, do we get the Venn diagram?
I don't know if they can get there in time. The door's being opened, but the Seeker's underway. Nabber's such a horrible spot.
Clean house here.
Let it in. Let the Seeker in.
Let me in. Let me in. Oh, poor Noble caught between a rock and a rope. Revolving door. Not able to find it. 4-3 here for Blinn. A pretty large opportunity, but Chad, this is definitely closer than I mean, obviously early Haven was, right? We did not see the same level of aggression and competition in the early Haven. It was 5-1 at one point, but this time a clean 4-3 on the board.
Yeah, definitely a closer match. I mean, it's still the same pistol round and the anti-eco won by Texas A&M to start off. They just happened to answer back a little bit sooner. Didn't have as much momentum to start. I'd say overall, Blinn's actually having a better start than he did on Haven.
Agreed.
These rounds do look competitive for sure, but by the numbers, by the results at least, Blinn's off to a great start. And a lot of that comes with that discipline we're talking about. Not overheating as much, not playing as loose and reckless as they did on Haven. Being chilling, still trying to be on that anti-lurk and like cross-map presence. Having a little bit of a hard time getting maybe like one at most before getting traded out.
Yep. And perhaps a lot of this discipline comes from the fact that this is the newer map, right? This isn't a map we're as familiar on. The angles are new, the playstyles and the compositions may not be as comfortable, but I definitely agree it's working for Blinn. There's a great example of things that are working. Jumps into the paranoia, but he still made it out, and that's the important part. Alarm bot goes off, Nano Swarm comes out, and the spike had been dropped for that KJ when she was taken out of the door.
Yeah.
This is a tough site to retake. One of my least favorites.
No shock darts this time around to finish off the Omen nose damage, but it should be easier to body shots. Being chilling though on a really good moment, but being spotted. Did they make noise? How did Mira know?
Mira just had the angle. Must have made noise one way or another. Noble goes into town there. Nara takes Dam down, and all of a sudden it's Noble really showing up and showing off. Theeny blinded headshot. Nara bites the bullet early, and it's up to Mira as a snake bite. Oh, Noble, what HP? 10 HP on the board. TAMU tying us up 4-4 here in map number 3.
Wow, big moment coming out of Theeny as well. Being able to flick that flash instantly that Teague was trying to pop out of there. And honestly, a really disjointed retake by Blinn. I think maybe just getting a little ahead of themselves, realizing, okay, we have numbers advantage, let's go. And they lost that discipline. They went a little bit back into that loose, reckless tendencies we saw in Haven. Didn't get punished really in Haven, but they definitely did just now by Noble and Theeny.
Huge punishment.
Love 1v1 fights.
And Nara, I mean, buys this off as early as, what was it, round 3 or 4, and continues to dominate with it. Has not had to drop it yet, and each time it has been dropped, the teammate was there to grab it. The A-site hold has been devastating so far. Tiger comes out, they can't shoot it fast enough, and the stun is there. Gonna force a backpedal and open up the A-site a bit. However, TAMU does not take the bait.
I think that's a fair call. Operators here, let's not deal with that. Let's go ahead and push over towards C.
Spaz, just the same peak 9 times in a row. It's the 10th one that gets you just up around the line. You love it. Spaz, full Indiana Jones moment here, trying to get the heck out of the way.
No.
And tries to take the ego peak. Mira falling in the very same breath, and now TAMU has the numbers advantage in a critical round. Can they hit that 5th?
If they don't find a pick soon, that might be another save. And that's going to be a save attempt for Nara. I don't know if you can now, though.
I mean, at this point, you're 4
surrounded
HP.
quick.
Make a hero play. Nope, just wide swings, falls, and I assume doesn't hand the op over. You can't really play an op on offense here.
Yes, but if you had a jet, maybe, or a chamber, even though not a fan of the chamber personally right now, but this is one of the maps that chamber can sometimes find viability if the other team's bad at watching for lurks. But yeah, with a raise, you're not going to really want to run it op. Neons, we see Neon sometimes.
I love Neon. She's so
and
fun.
Maybe with a Neon you can run an op, but still not the jet umph.
Yeah. Yeah, Jet and op, like a Sova,
Survivability.
and peanut butter and jelly. We just see it so often. But as that dash comes into the far side, Nara fully lost. Barely makes it back out. Paint shells into the far side. Nara goes down to Theeny's headshot, and TAMU taking a lot of damage to win that fight. Lucky to have a Sky on their side.
Sends out the Boombot just to make sure they're safe to heal while they're rotating over towards C. Spotting from Nabber as well. Nobody's going to cut them on the cross. It's anti-eco from Texas A&M looking really good thus far. That Reckoning, maybe if you get a pick or two, or I don't know. I personally wouldn't use it.
Sure.
I mean, I know, like, using it makes this round so much more winnable, but also like it feels so bad dropping an ult like that on a round like this.
Yeah,
Never gets a turn on him.
Oh,
What?
Reckoning, not an easy ultimate to work with, and now I think Blinn not really going to get the chance to work with it. Nab drops a 3K here. I mean, fully just angry to win this matchup. Noble finds Mira, and that puts it down. TAMU taking the second round advantage, 2 points, 6-4 over Blinn, and the first time in a while we've seen a team with a 2-point advantage.
Yeah, I mean, better start for Blinn here, but we saw Blinn go up to 6-4 on Haven. It's now Texas A&M doing that. I will say, to be fair, Lotus does have an attacker side advantage right now. We tend to see more rounds won on attacker side than defense overall. Yet to see how Blinn plays attacker side, obviously. So that's going to be determined later, but not a moment to be too concerned for Blinn is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, not quite yet. Blinn, they've been down before, right? Back on Haven, they were able to win that. And wow, I mean, incredible shot there. Unfortunately, it's the classic jet clip moment of dashing right into a wall and can't get out of the way in time. But still a 1-1. Not bad. You found yours, and that's what matters most. Here's a lockdown of Viper's Pit to boot.
You can shoot that. It's spammable.
I was going to say, I'm glad you know that, Chad, because I did not know if that was spammable or not. I think
you heard the taps. It's just so thick, it takes forever to destroy it.
Oh, you're not getting out of there, are you? Oh, no. I think you're in a good enough spot, at least. You're not going down.
Yep.
First one to fall is going to be Town.
The rotation to B side is kind of interesting. I think because they heard the spam coming through, they might have thought that it might have been destroyed, but they didn't commit to it. Nice little lurk by Spaz. It's going to be a three-pronged retake by Blinn.
B-site Lotus underrated, bro. This is one of my favorite sites in the whole game, and I'm glad we're finally getting to see a little bit of love with it. Puts the Cove down, I believe, but isn't going to be able to pop it yet.
Wow, that's going to be defuse.
Being chilling, and the defuse should be online here. Very nicely done from Blinn. They play it low and slow for the first time in a while. Very calculated, and it works wonders for them. Putting that on. Chad, do we get another 6-6 halftime?
Oh, man. There's no ults on board.
Just nothing.
Narrowly there for a few of them, but I mean, if Bing Chilling gets the plant off and they can drop that Viper's Pit and post plant, then it's going to be really strong for them. That's kind of like the closest thing we look at as far as utility goes. This is nearly a mirror match on compositions. It comes down to how they play it, and both these teams are playing roughly even on things. So yeah, we'll just have to see how they play it out, honestly. That B plant, I did not like how it looks for Texas A&M for B hits in the first place. There's a lot of Killjoy utility here to answer their attack if they commit to it. Like that they fell off, knowing it didn't work for us in the past, and they also clearly are here to answer back on us. They're looking at re-hit. That's so interesting. Very bold.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth there, Chad. A very bold plays. The B has been not the strongest from TAMU, but they want to go for a re-hit here. All 10 members still standing. I presume the play here is get Viper in and then try to drop the Viper's Pit, but now they have to overextend with it because Noble has already gone down. They need to use it to get the space into sight instead of defending it. The Wild Spray comes out. They hear the reload. They know that's their go button to get in. What are you doing, damn? Goes right into Spaz and meets a wooden wall in the middle of a river there like a dam. Spaz refuses to fall. Mira! Oh my god!
So first of all, I love that players are more often buying shorties just cause these days, especially when knowing that the enemy Viper has a Viper's Pit coming online. Secondly, Mira gets the door open and just guns all three of them down.
All headshots.
That's insane. What a moment for Mira there to just bring us to that 6-6 scoreline. All right, so going towards the next half, like I said, is mostly a mirror composition. I would say Blinn has slightly better hold on site because they have more smokes to work with as far as the harbor goes, more like line of sight blocking, things like that.
Sure.
They might not have as much free scouting ability as like the Rays would have, not as much utility there, but overall, I personally, even though I like Omen and Rays a lot, I think Blinn's composition is a little bit better in the current meta as far as agent strengths, if he can work with that hardware correctly, and it seems like they probably do, considering how they utilize his utility on the defensive half.
utilization has been key so far. Big Chilling able to take down Town and give TAMU a pretty confident advantage here. Unfortunately, it's going to be a 2-2 trade. Mira jumps in, Dam takes out Teague, and that frenzy makes all the difference. Athene has that free gun, by the way, and uses every single bullet trying to look for that shot. Unfortunately, does not have the numbers and has to go for a bit of a reset. Expects the chase, and Blinn doesn't go for it, instead going for the plant.
It's going to have to be a lot of risks taken for Athene here. Nowhere near a weapon upgrade. But, I mean, considering 2 Blinn members pushing into the defender spawn right now, might be able to get an upgrade, grab a Ghost, and then go for the shots, but that makes noise. Do you want to take that chance? It comes back to that point of just a lot of risk needing to be made here by Athene. Trusting in the right clicks instead, but it's going to end up being a crossfire for Blinn. Yeah, really not much for Athene to do. A beautiful, just let's work together 2v1. It's a anti-eco. Then we'll just take the gamble that he doesn't hit 2 headshots with Ghost or Sheriff.
Yeah, the gamble stack does not does pay off rather for Blinn.
Yeah, I think that was the statistically the correct play. I think that was the best option.
Yeah, it's the safest option for sure. And this is exactly how Blinn won back on Haven. They found themselves in one of those opportunities in which it was, okay, you know, we lost, things were a little rough, 6-6 going into the second half. They won the pistol round, and they never really dropped momentum after that, able to win that in a pretty dominant fashion. Can they give us a good old-fashioned run back here and win this series 2-0 or 2-1? Technically 2-0.
Technically 2-1, virtual, like basically a 2-0 though. Yeah. We'll see. I like this aggression out C lobby. I mean, it's going to be a save round, right? But they are going for it.
Ooh,
and Athene was left on an island. The rest of the team already ran back. He's like, "Wait, boys, I thought we're going."
Give it a
Unlucky.
gander,
I've been there, man. Been there.
You got to do what you got to do. Yeah, it gets a little bit of a misread, and unfortunately goes down, giving Blinn their own opportunity to strike. We see the fast rotation coming up from TAMU as well to the A-Link area. KJ might be splitting up, and instead the Raze wants to fall. The alarm bot goes down for Town, and that gives the intel. Somebody's behind us.
Win this,
Big Chelling is the one to take it down, and as Noble finds Spaz with the free gun. I mean, Chad, this is a tough one to win regardless. The numbers advantage not in your favor. The weapons are practically plastic at this point, and still somehow they make it expensive. Taking down 3 members of Blinn before falling. I talk about making rounds expensive, and what a great way to do it.
Definitely a mistake after the Harbor High Tide was dropped. By the way, little Chad Lantis lore. I thought Harbor's Cascade and High Tide ability names, I thought they were the opposite of what they are.
Valid.
And call it that way for like months.
At least they're all nautical themed, you know?
I can see why each one would be named the opposite way and also why they are named the way they are. And I still am just like second guessing myself constantly. Is that the Cascade? Is that High Tide? I don't know. It's the moving wall.
It's one of them, you know? it's definitely one of the Harbor abilities. That much I'm sure of.
Anyway, standing next to that wall was definitely a misplay because people would right click. The classics definitely got a kill, and that caused them crossfire, and that caused a lot of economy lost for Blinn, which now they have to reinvest in this round, but it's working out for them so far because this time around they're not mispositioning on the way in.
Positioning has been the name of the game so far, and Blinn finding themselves on the wrong side of the positioning mashup. Nara 3 HP, gonna go for a rifle save, you presume. I'm not sure what else you can really do. Uh-oh. I don't think you get the save, though.
That's awkward.
Wait, the door kind of accidental fake? Again?
How do buttons work, dude?
Nara just having a field here, and I'm playing the mental game.
45 seconds to work with, like, that's a lot of time to work
3 HP.
and try to find a 1v1 real quick. Click ahead because you have a Vandal in hand. This is winnable for Nara, but with the positioning being held by Texas A&M, it's going to be incredibly hard to transfer those headshots.
Possible, yes. Probable, not as
you
much.
need to shoot 2 bullets perfectly as they shoot 1 bullet
out
at
of
you.
a lifetime, yeah. I mean, this is... Uh-oh, no, you don't... Oh,
maybe?
Ain't no way! Oh, I'm happy for Dan, but that would have been such a cool clip.
You always, like... We're not biased casters for teams. We're biased for cool clips.
I'm biased for the clips, absolutely. Like the damn 2K earlier with that stinger. That was wild. I'm pro that.
Yeah, Nara just thought maybe they'd be holding close and not all so far.
Yeah.
I also immediately cast curse him, saying they're actually doing better on positioning on this tag. And as soon as I said that, a person really like ran into Hall and died with a spike and gave it complete control over to Big Chilling.
Happens to the best of us, right?
Yeah, sorry. I'll just. How do you do color if you're not going to constantly cast a curse teams? I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that in like the resume request, like part of the job? Oh, Nara just gets absolutely nothing with that Bladestorm. Noble puts him down. It's gonna be a 2-for-1 trade here in favor of TAMU, trying to tie us up on the 8-8.
Strong hold by the defenders here.
Incredibly
There's
so.
4 of them on
they go
A.
all the way up. Yeah, they just full send gamble stack here in the A stack. They're ready for the fight in lobby, and it looks like it works good enough. It's a 3-3 tie.
Gosh. Insane gamble on that on the read. And it actually was paying off at the start, but also incredibly impressive that Blinn was able to make that a trade. I didn't catch exactly what the weaponry is in the hands of either team at this point. Looks like a mix of rifles and SMGs. It's going to be the anchor.
Frankenbuy, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be anchored by Dam over towards CSI. It's going to end up being a B hit as the Niners one will be popped as soon as the turret makes contact. I don't know if he was able to pop that in time for Nabber. Might have gotten shot out. The Nano Swarm, it seems like it was. Either way, plant going down. Completely surrounded, though, is Blinn. Good paranoia, but good swing by Town as well.
Oh, Town finds the 3K there onto Dam. Only 2 members left standing. Would be our first ace of the day. And with a committal lockdown, I actually don't hate this one. A 3v2 isn't a super confident advantage.
Spaz.
You're going to buy yourself some more time. Spaz sprays like a maniac and misses every single Sheriff bullet. Nab puts him down. It's a 2-2 tie-up, and this goes to show exactly why that lockdown can be so important. You bought yourself a lot of time, and you bought yourself a lot of space to work with. Theny falls to a headshot, and now 2-1 in favor of Blinn. The clock ticking, and I think Nab has to give this one up. Ah!
Wow.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
That's a rough round to lose for Texas A&M as well. Considering you took the gamble, stacked A, you were correct on your read, and you still went into a trade and then outmaneuvered on the map to then lose the round. That stings. That's a tough loss on that round, I'd say, especially since you now have to go into an eco round and see the enemy team likely go into double-digit territory. Tough one, for sure.
Never a spot you want to be in, I think. It's just one of those situations in which you're already outnumbered and Ultimate was used against you. And you got to respect trying to take the 1v1, trying to make it expensive. But I do think getting out could have been slightly more beneficial. Now, instead of an 8-8, we're looking at a 9-7. And if Blinn wins this one, obviously, they hit double digits. And that's where things really start to get scary. We see TAMU, at least one Sheriff online as their only weapon prod. If we can hold tab just super quick when nothing's happening. Oh, just kidding. Something's happening. It's going to be Nara going into that cloud burst. And now it's a patient game right now. It's just a patient play of low burn opportunities before Town finds Noble. Blinn goes up 5-4 once again. Town just having a field day right now. Ooh.
What? Excuse me? It just, you know what? I bet he's going to be right here. Click. Yep, there he was.
Found you. Hey, there's a wise man, once said, we absolutely take those. It is what it is. You gotta spray and pray sometimes. And if you're lucky enough and you say, watch this beforehand, it's the clip. And it's a very cool clip. But right now, Theny only a Sheriff. A lot of damage against them. Shields broke, down to vulnerable. Town just making this their city. Teague interrupting that 3K, though. No ace on line, and with the wall spray to Theny, Blinn walks away. Double digits, 4 members left standing.
Yeah, and all 5 members of Texas A&M had to take a seat just now. Hopefully they have all equipped with zip chairs, dream seats. So now would be a good time to tell you that the CECC Lone Star Qualifier is brought to you by ZipChair and Dream Seats. As the official gaming chair for the CECC, head over to zipchair.com to elevate your gaming chair today. Hopefully Texas A&M did that so they can make that comeback happen right now. Things are looking really tough. But the Viper's Pit will allow a good anchor over to B if they want to pop it early, but deciding to choose to save it for a little bit better read of where Blinn can go, because rotations are pretty easy for attacking teams on this map. So I love that they actually held the pit right now.
Yeah, you've got to respect it. Viper's Pit, I think, is one of the most impactful ultimates in this entire game. It can fully flip around on its head if used correctly, and TAMU's lack of overextension here is a very intelligent play. Unbeknownst to them, however, most of Blinn getting ready to take this fight in the pit here as well. 1-1 trade immediately. Big Chilling is the one to catch that bullet, so unfortunately, no Viper's Pit in this round, but TAMU still has those numbers. And never mind, that one's on me. Seeker's out from Teague. Should buy a little bit of space to work with. Seeker around the door, and Mira tries to wide swing. Misses the one tap, has to reset. This is a very tough situation to be in, because look how isolated the Spike is right now.
Beautiful macro again by Bland. I mean, this is kind of what we saw from Haven. We're seeing again in this really wide map, 3 sites, and Blinn is just ahead on the macro rotations. Town, they're way ahead of Texas A&M, cutting them on their way in. Viper's Pit to secure this round win for them as well.
So
and honestly, also, I love that Blinn uses these ults in the 3v2 situations.
You beat me to it, Chad. I love that we're seeing these ultimates continuously used in the 3v2. First the lockdown, then the Viper's Pit, because it really can play as almost an extra person, especially the Viper's Pit, in the way that it exists. We see the cheeky positioning of Mira hiding in the wall. They know the KJ's over there. Absolutely no guess on where the Viper might be. Beanie tries to take it close, can't get the intel. And they're both eating a lot of decay right now, just trying to stay alive. Blast pack onto Town. Oh, this is crazy. Mira has to be the hero, and Mira is the hero this team needed. Blinn able to find the 11th round win, only 2 shy of punching their ticket to Arlington in less than a month from today.
God, this is a rough round 2 on Nico. You basically have to force if they're on 11. Like, if you don't, then you're almost giving away an overtime at best situation, which does not feel good. It takes away all of your breathing room as well. So very commonly teams will force here because they want to keep that 1 round breathing room. And they have 5 ultimates though. Like, forcing here with 5 ultimates feels less bad than just forcing it. Showstopper available. Honestly, maybe just pop the Viper's Pit and stack the other site, you know? I know I said I like the holding it, but in this circumstance, popping it might be better so you can stack elsewhere. Force them into your showstopper.
Ooh. Beanie, that's so many bullets there. But I mean, look at the ult-pocalypse on the side of TAMU right now, right? You talked about this already 5 ultimates loaded. We talk about respecting the patience, but we're getting to a point. You've got to use something, and they're going to try to win this round without it. Beanie takes out Spaz. Mira has fallen, and with a 4-3 advantage, let's jump over to the Raze and kind of keep an eye on her, approaching the far back C side, grouping up with Dem here, and giving herself the opportunity to drop this phenomenal showstopper. Unfortunately, Mira somehow lives that, and Noble, angry from it, finds the shot. Teague takes down Dam. Nara gets a 2-piece, a collat headshot, and seals the deal. Possible penultimate round win for Blinn. They are 1 round away from beating TAMU in a 2-map over 0-map win from TAMU tonight.
Wow. Yeah, the showstopper barely was dashed by Nara. Barely living with a sliver of health. And that person who lived from that barely was able to find the lineup for the collateral headshot finisher to that round, when things were getting heated up and actually kind of looking good for Texas A&M for a bit there. Great job by Magic on the OBS, catching that 2-piece as well. That was beautiful timing. But not beautiful for Texas A&M is a 5-round comeback situation that they have to find, and it's off to a rough start. Trying to find map control and not finding any kills in the meantime. Ranking's available too. Lockdown.
Oh,
Excellence.
This is desperation, Chad. Yeah, we're going Venn diagram here. This is using
don't-
all we've got left and just praying that we're able to find anything, because TAMU, they're down 5-3 in a pretty critical scenario. Losing this one does lose them the slot to CECC Arlington in just a month. Dam finds Spaz. Now takes out Town, and they're all of a sudden equalizing. Very boring lockdowns, but they did what they were supposed to. They made the space.
But Mira.
Nara did not look great there. Nav finds Nara, and TAMU not ready to go out silently unless...
Mira should be good for 1.
At least. There it is. Tied up again.
Okay, we'll be able to get out.
Spike planted. Teague alone on the A site right now.
Ooh, these Seekers are huge. They'll know that the Killjoy is back to the spawn alone.
Oh, what a shot. 1-1. Can this be clutched
exactly.
out? Can Teague guarantee Blinn's chance to go to CECC Arlington? You've got the read. You're both full HP. You've got the Tiger. You've got the Hawks. You hear the door. And it's a bait. Noble around to the far side. Looking to strike, but I think Teague has the read. And there it is! Noble goes down. Blinn wins 13-7. And they are just excited to make it to Arlington as we are to have Zip Chair and Dream Seat as our sponsors of CECC this year. The official gaming chair of the CECC. Head over to zipchair.com to elevate your gaming chair today. And head over to chat right now and type, "Congratulations, Blinn. That was awesome," because a 13-7 win on Lotus was amazing. You've got to respect it, and it looked great. Chad, I mean, things look good. Blinn, a little rough, but after that warm-up, that team, phenomenal through and through.
Yeah, honestly, except Lance, maybe you should get a Zip Chair or Dream Seat. That way you can stay more locked in on the camera feature, perhaps. But yeah, shout outs to Blinn for being able to make a comeback happen late in the maps very strongly. Maybe like a warm up on the first map because the first game of the day, figured it out. Then they had to go to new setups, maybe get a little bit of a comfortability build up there as well. Then came in. But honestly, I think a big reason why they fell behind on the second map for Lotus was just because it's a very attacker favored map overall right now. And as soon as they got attacking side, it was just a world of difference. They came in strong and hammered it out and definitely appear to be the best team today for the very least, and are now the considered best team of Texas to go into the CECC.
Absolutely. A huge congratulations to Blinn College for that. But folks, that does unfortunately bring tonight to a close. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us during that elongated break. We got it figured out. We greatly appreciate your patience. Big shout out to Colton, our producer in the back line, Magic, our observer, and of course, all of you for watching. We love each and every one of you. Check your posture, drink some water. Don't forget to love each other, and we'll CECC you in the next one.
We're at the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup. Let's make some noise.
Oh, and it's gonna jumped into it. This corner judge is good for 1, 2, dip. He needs more. And they're doing even more here.
You gotta touch the point. Mr. College walks it in. Joy Boy is gonna drop.
Knife him.
Right out in front.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, running.
https://twitter.com/Septilence. Don't put that in. I'll get in trouble. So that's worth it. Did I get too close to the camera on that one? A little bit too close? Should I back up a little bit? Okay, sorry about that. My bad. I've been awake for probably close to 32 hours. Like, I have to hold my keyboard the normal way, because if I do it, I feel like I have arthritis and I hold my keyboard like that. It blows my mind. I can never do that. This guy right here, he's got his keyboard off at an angle. His isn't that extreme. There's a kid all the way down on the far end who has his keyboard all the way at a horizontal.
That's really cool.
They're going to be at that table right over there.
Public information?
Oh, I don't know. This isn't live, so it doesn't matter.
It's not live, but you and I know.
Yeah, we know.
I'm not going to tweet it.
Awesome. What game do you play?
Smash Bros.
Who do you play? Is it embarrassing? Is it like Villager?
Yeah.
Is it Villager? Am I spot on? Oh my god. Is it the Ice Climbers?
No.
Is it Game & Watch?
No.
Is it Pichu?
No.
Is it Wario?
No.
I can keep going. I think I can name every character in the game. Is it, did I say the Ice Climbers already? Yeah, you said them. Is it them? No. Is it them a second time? No. Okay. All right. Oh, is it one of the links? Yes, it is. Is it Toon Link? It is. Oh, that is pretty embarrassing. That is rough. Who do you play?
I'll give you $20 if you guess correctly right now.
First try? Give me a single hint.
It's an obscure character.
Obscure character.
Not played very often.
Is it Wii Fit Trainer?
Oh my god! Oh my.
I'm the interviewer for a reason, baby. I do what I do. I don't need the money. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. So Bowser Jr., Wii Fit, and I forgot already. Are you all lying to me? Am I being gaslit? No. Bowser Jr., Wii Fit, and you told me already. Oh, Toon Link. Yep. Where's my main support at? Who are we playing this weekend?
A lot of Brig.
A lot of Brig, really?
Brig Lucio, probably.
Brig Lucio, really? I shouldn't say that too loud. I don't want to give away your strategies. It's over under.
What do you mean over under?
Like, do we think we're gonna podium? Do we think we're gonna come in last place?
Not last place.
Not last place.
Certainly not last.
What about like 5th place?
That's doable.
That's doable. That's winnable. 3rd place.
Third place.
That's where things get dicey.
That's very doable.
Okay.
First place. That's very doable.
First place, very doable. Love it. That's the mindset. That's what he loves to hear. Yeah. Oh my God. Hold on. Cut the cameras. Well, who are you? Hello. Oh my God. I saw you earlier. I saw the back of your shirt. And I was like, I know that name. I know him. It's a quick play game. They Q-sniped each other at land. I thought it was a scrim. It's just unlucky. Are you actually a Villager player?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Villager being notably worse in Smash Ultimate than they were in Smash 4?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know? You never play Smash 4?
No.
Oh, that's all right. Nobody's gonna hold that against you. Now, who do you play?
I play Robin.
Okay, wow. Did you know Robin has the lowest pick rate in the game?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Come on, the LEDs, it looks just like Samus.
Huh?
Do you disagree?
I guess I can see
The
it.
Samus vibe. Show the controller to the camera. We're interviewing.